And good evening to another episode of Break the Huddle After Dark. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside senior analyst and local electrician mogul, Jake the Weatherman.
Let's go, baby.
Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight as we break down live commentary and analysis of the biggest game of the night. That is the Nebraska Cornhuskers take on the Minnesota Gophers at home in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Apologize for the technical difficulties, just like any other setup. You're going to run into some speed bumps, but we're here. We're here. We're live. We're boots on the ground. We got the fall set up. I hope you guys like it. Got the fall Leafs coming in. And by the way, we've got another game going on. We'll give you score updates throughout the night, but we're locked in for Nebraska, Minnesota. We're also locked in for the score updates, over here for Louisville, Miami. And we're excited, Jake. This is a big night for college football. We talk about it every single Friday night. You never know what you're going to get. So far, we've seen a 3-and-out by Minnesota. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've seen a 3-and-out by Nebraska. And we're rolling. This is a great game thus far.
It's the Friday night games, man. It's what we talk about week in and week out. You never know what to expect. Everything's always wild and crazy. Looking over, checking in on a score update for Louisville, Miami. Currently, the number 2 team in the country is down 14-7 and late in the second quarter. And here we are, Nebraska and Minnesota getting started. Man, what a night already.
Yeah, and this is a highly anticipated matchup for Nebraska because a lot of speculation has been going on this week about Matt Rhule leaving for Penn State. Is he going to go back to his alma mater? We've been talking about it a lot off camera. We don't want to get too fixated on that tonight. But I said in the preview, and appreciate everyone watching that, as we have now broken over 700 subs on the channel. Appreciate all the support. We have done a phenomenal job of making sure that the content gets to you in a timely manner. We appreciate everyone joining tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps grow the channel. Share it with your friends, football fans, as Tony might be gone on this one. Miami driving down the field very quickly, and he looks like he's going to get caught at the 10. Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach at the Minnesota game, doing a little scouting tonight.
Interesting.
Also want to throw in real quick before I turn it over to you, Jake. Rooster will be joining us at some point. As soon as he chimes in live tonight on the chat, he will be tuning in. I always say, guys, the best way to watch this game, put us on your phone, on your iPad, listen to our live commentary, and put the big game or put the game on your big screen, mute it so you don't have to listen to those a-holes at Fox tonight. You can listen into us, a-holes at Break the Huddle. Might even get joined by Uncle Buck, our new rules expert, if we need him to call in for any close, controversial call. We're excited for tonight. Going to be a good one, Jake. When we look at these two teams, though, Big Ten, obviously Minnesota currently 4-2, Nebraska 5-1, ranked for the first time in a long time, and confidently ranked. I think we've seen them ranked in the past, but I've never seen a more confidently ranked Nebraska team than we have probably in a decade. What are your quick thoughts on this game as we're getting into the flow of the first quarter here?
Well, this is a huge game for both of these programs where they're at right now. Nebraska looking to prove that they're ready to run with the big boys, and Minnesota looking to prove that they're not one of the worst teams in their conference, that they're actually here to be a contender.
Yeah.
And Nebraska, like you said, you just touched on it, they're confidently ranked for the first time in a long time. This is a wide open schedule for them to really do some damage and potentially make a playoff bid if they can actually pull this together. They have to win games like this one here tonight. Minnesota, on the other hand, they're looking to make a statement by taking down number 25 Nebraska.
And a fumble by Minnesota. They recover it. It's going to bring up a short down third. The Riddler is back, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Riddler. Very, very big fan of Break the Huddle After Dark. We really appreciate you joining. We're wondering where you were, Riddler. Riddler is back. Riddle me this. Is the Rowdy Rooster out on a dog hunt or hiding in his mama's basement?
I got to say, maybe a little bit of both.
Might be a little bit of both. He has to call his bookie up here in a couple minutes.
Got to pay the piper.
That's right. Got to pay the piper, although he is up $250. So shout out Rooster.
There you go.
He'll be joining us live probably at halftime, second half. And Miami has to settle for a field goal just to give a little update on the score there. Riddler, how you been, man? Where are you watching the game tonight? How you feeling about this Minnesota-Nebraska game? I believe Spanky's going to be joining at some point in the chat as well. Another big subscriber, Pistol, Texas Pete might be joining us tonight in the live. Randall's probably watching. We got a lot of big fans out there here at Break the Huddle. If it's your first time joining tonight, we welcome you in. This is a live that we do every Friday night, where we call the biggest game of the weekend for Friday night college football. So, again, we talked about this Minnesota offense earlier in the week with Brad and I. Shout out Brad, co-host of Break the Huddle.
Big Brad. We love you, Brad.
We talked about Minnesota needing to get the run game going because Drake Lindsey is not a world beater. And as you can see, he's 2 for 2, 5 yards. And I know it's early in the first quarter, but that's the kind of game he's going to play. You got to get the run game going.
To be fair, you could start out significantly worse.
You could. But you look at this Nebraska defense, and we'll get into it on the next drive. We'll start looking at the lineups as we get into this game. I think we're going to be in for a good game tonight. I believe it opened at 6. The spread was 6, and it's kind of stayed around there. It got up to 8.5, dropped back down to 6.5. It looks like a costly, and it looks like Minnesota's going to use their first time out. And I think that's a good opportunity, Jake, to talk about these two teams. We've got 7 in the chat right now. Let's try to get that up to double digits tonight. Appreciate everyone joining. If you're in the live, comment in the chat. Let us know where you're watching this, who you're rooting for, your score predictions. Who do you think we need to be looking out for tonight in tonight's matchup? It's going to be a great game. We're really excited for this one. Also, hit that like button. It helps push it out in the algorithm for all 6 of you in here. We know we need to get the likes up. And we're up to 2 likes now.
Woo! Let's go.
And I'll make it a 3rd. So we got 3 likes. Also, that's pretty cool. When I hit the like button, it shows a football. So it knows our channel. That's pretty cool.
Genius.
I didn't even set that up that way, by the way.
Absolutely genius.
Jake, commercial break here. What have you seen thus far? I mean, it's been kind of sloppy.
I've seen a couple mistakes by the Minnesota offense, but they've been able to recover each and every time with great run plays. Or, well, maybe not great, but decent running plays to keep this drive moving, to keep this drive going. You mentioned their little fumble that they were able to recover earlier. They followed that up with a great 3rd and 2 run to give them a first down and keep this drive moving. Now, right here, they've taken a timeout. They're looking to draw something else up right here. But look, this is going to be their key to victory, is time of possession and running the football. And I think at the end of the day, Drake Lindsey is going to have to make a couple of big-time throws. But I think if he throws this ball more than 24, 25 times, that Minnesota's going to have a really bad day on offense. They have to run the ball and control time of possession if they want to win one over on this Nebraska defense.
Yeah, listen, Nebraska's defense is stout this year. And like I said, we'll get into the lineups here in a second. But this is a team under Matt Rhule. Dylan Raiola, 2nd year. Brad talked about it pretty early on, too. I want to talk about Dylan Raiola because he started off very slow to me. And I told Brad a couple weeks ago I was very disappointed in his ability to play early on. I thought he would come out swinging more this year, especially 2nd year under the system, 2nd year under Dana Holgorsen, offensive coordinator for the Huskers. And he started off pretty slow. And now he's kind of built up his momentum. And I think one of the biggest wins that I saw was the back-to-back wins on the road versus Maryland, which came after the Michigan State
Huge win.
I thought, looking back, when we look back, let's say 5 weeks from now, and Nebraska has 1 or 2 losses at max, right? If they can win this game tonight. I think we'll look back and say, wow, that Michigan State game at home was far more important than I think people originally thought.
It meant way more than anybody gave it credit for at the time.
And it's important because the week before they had barely lost to Michigan. You think a team like that, okay, they're either going to bounce back or they're going to cave in to what once was and say, dang, we lost, we suck. They didn't regress. They bounced back. They got the win. And now they find themselves in a top 25 position. They're still in the driver's seat to get that playoff spot later on in the season. So PJ Fleck, 4-0 at home this season. Nebraska looking to spoil that. This is probably the best team Minnesota's played. I know you talked about their schedule early on and how impressive early win. Or I'm sorry, they didn't beat Ohio State, but they played tougher competition thus far. But
It's the fact that they played Ohio State and Nebraska has yet to play a team of that caliber. Because let's be honest, Michigan simply isn't on the same level that Ohio State is this year.
no.
But to be fair to that as well, when Minnesota did play Ohio State, they got absolutely smashed. So, there's a caveat there when you mention that they have played tougher competition.
No doubt. No doubt about it. And I think that brings up a good segue to, and if I can pull it up here, give me a second. My apologies.
Big third down for Minnesota.
Big
right
third
here.
down for
Drake
Minnesota.
Lindsey takes it.
And they hold them. So big third down right there. A stop for Nebraska. And now Nebraska gets the ball back. Maybe they go for it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. By the way, coming into this game too, the Riddler comment again. Can the Gopher shuck the Cornhusker when the devil dances in a pale moonlight? Can a cocky rooster give us the odds on that? Gophers. Well, Rooster's not here. The Rooster's getting boozed up somewhere. Decided just to blow off this show and do his own thing. And he can say what he wants. Oh, I got a project to do for school. This comes first. Screw school. You're going to need school when you're going full time with Break the Huddle. And
oh, boy.
Interesting punt within the 20. Let me try to bring and you want to answer Riddler while bringing up the lineup here?
Well, I'll answer Riddler in a second, but I'll tell you what just led to that punt right there is that exactly what we were talking about with Drake Lindsey.
Mhm.
Not a world beater. And yet, also, I mentioned not terrible either, right? That was a fine read, a fine play to dump it off to the running back. And ultimately, he couldn't shake any defenders and get the extra yardage needed for the first down. But that right there is exactly why they have to key in on the run, is because Drake Lindsey, even though he's not really going to make terrible decisions and not going to lose you the game, he's also not going to do anything that absolutely wins you the game.
Yeah.
Now, as far as this goes right here,
can the Gophers shuck the Cornhuskers when the devil dances in the pale moonlight?
To directly answer that question, absolutely. 100%. It was a great video that we put out earlier this week with Nate Dogg and Brad. And both of them, I believe, picked Nebraska to win this game.
We did. I liked them on the road.
I gotta say, I loved the analysis, loved that video. And if you haven't watched it, go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out during the commercial break.
However, I gotta respectfully disagree with both of you right here.
Which is fine.
I really think that Minnesota has a very decent shot to knock off Nebraska in this one. I really like the fact that, as we've mentioned before, that even though they didn't play well at all, they have played tougher competition. They have already been punched in the mouth once before. So this Nebraska team isn't anything that they're not expecting. I also like Drake Lindsey to make a couple of important throws. Again, I'd like to see him keep his pass attempts under 25 attempts tonight. I think if they do that and he has a 65% completion percentage and doesn't turn the ball over, that should mean that they're running the ball effectively enough that I feel like their offense can do pretty well and take advantage of some of Nebraska defense's weaknesses. And I also feel like I I don't know, man. I just feel like these teams are far more even than
the spread says.
Yeah, than anybody's really giving them credit for. And either which way, whether I'm right or these fellas are right, it doesn't really matter. I truly believe this is going to be one of the best games that we see all weekend.
Yeah, I said that from the beginning. I said this is going to be one of the best games that we see all weekend too. I 1,000% agree with you, Jake, on that one. This is an interesting game because of the fact that it has so many implications moving forward in the Big Ten. Say what you want about Nebraska and Minnesota in the playoff conversation. The reality is Nebraska's still in it. Yeah, they got one loss to Michigan, but listen, they can still sneak in that playoff spot, especially when you're in the Big Ten. If you're Nebraska and you go out and you only lose one game throughout the rest of the year, you beat USC, you beat, Penn State, like, going to be hard to keep them out of the playoff contention.
They're a shoo-in. They have to be in if that's the case, especially if the result of this night does cover the spread.
Yeah, sure. And Rooster's going to chime in. Let's take a look at the Nebraska offense while we have a second, shall we?
Let's do it.
If it'll play, hopefully.
Woo!
Hang on.
Nebraska taking over at the 15.
Maybe it'll play. All right, let's see if we can get this thing up. Dadgummit.
See, and meanwhile...
There we go. So as we take a look at this Nebraska offense, obviously led by Dylan Raiola, you got to like what you have against the Minnesota, and I don't know where the other guy went. What the hell? Well, let's try to replay that. Where did he go? Screw it. All right, sorry about that. But as we look at this Nebraska offense, as you can see, Dylan Raiola leads the team at quarterback, but two of the biggest guys we're going to look at tonight, which just caught the ball, number 21, Emmett Johnston, running back. You got to get him going early. You got to set up that balanced run attack. I talked about the balanced run attack with Arch Manning and what Texas was able to do against Oklahoma early on last week. You got to get Emmett Johnston going. Obviously, you have Isaiah Hunter at the wide receiver position, but the biggest guy that I want to look for in the slot, Ja'Cory Barney Jr. This is a dynamic wide receiver that can get open in space and is really that safety blanket for Dylan Raiola in these 3rd and 5s right here, because you might see Ja'Cory get in a mesh route early on. Number 2, let's see what he can do.
Well, as they've reached 3rd and 5 right here,
13's open.
Those guys you just mentioned, he's targeted already on this drive.
Wow,
unbelievable.
Completed
Dylan Raiola extending the play with his legs there, but staying kind of in the backfield there and finds the guy downfield. Man, what a huge play right there to escape 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and just for reference also, and I'll put this up again. Let's see if we can. There we go. Now we got it. So as we look at this one, okay, you got Ja'Cory Barney, but he gets Luke Lindenmeyer in that 3rd down spot, and Lindenmeyer's another safety blanket that we got to look at, right? He's more. Oh, there goes Emmett Johnson. Tell you what, if Emmett Johnson can put up 8 yards of carry, it's gonna be dangerous. But Lindenmeyer, excuse me, number 44. He's like that Jason Witten for Dylan Raiola. The offensive line's been great. Elijah Pritchett out tonight, but you still got Henry. I butchered that one. Henry L., Justin Evans, Rocco Spindler, and Gunnar Gatula. I butchered that one too. My apologies. Gunnar G. Thank you. Not the greatest offensive line here, but still great, still really good, and can obviously hold up long enough for Dylan to get out of the pocket and make plays. So here we go on a 1st and 10, and they're going to hand it off to Emmett Johnson. Like I said, I mean, their goal is run first. If they can get Emmett Johnson going in this run game, it's going to be pick your poison for that offense early on.
Well, the only thing I'll say so far is that outside of that one play that we reacted to a couple plays ago, Minnesota's actually managed to stop Emmett within 2 yards most of the time that he's been handed the ball. So if that continues, but unfortunately, all it takes is a couple big plays to break away.
And one block, and Emmett Johnson's off to the races.
There he goes,
So we're going to see right here on 2nd and 7 what they decide to do. They obviously want to control the clock. And, well, nothing great there. But, again, you get that 3rd and 5. That's exactly what you want. You're not behind the sticks. You're exactly where you want to be. 3rd and 5. Your playbook's pretty much open at that point.
Wide open, especially with a guy like Dylan Raiola at quarterback.
Look at that. Seeking road wins in consecutive weeks for the first time since 2006.
Godly.
Nebraska needs this one, man. I said it from the beginning. Nebraska needs this one. Matt Rhule needs this one. They've got to prove that there's still a contender in the Big Ten. They got to prove that they are here and here to stay. Here goes Dylan in shotgun again. Emmett beside him. And he's going to take a one-on shot, and that looked like an
Yep.
Going to be interference, and that's Jacory right there.
Huge defense.
Or I'm sorry, that's Dane Key. Right, that's Dane Key, number 6. Sorry about that. Dane Key right there. Oh, Riddler. Will the riddle continue? Will the weatherman get wet again? Whoa! Jeez! Jeez! Hey. And stats Marley, speak of it.
Oh, man.
Saved by the bell.
Jeez, man. Woo!
Shout out Marley, our biggest supporter here at Break the Huddle. And Marley, I think you can give us a thumbs up in the comments. Our audio has been working from the beginning. So we appreciate Marley. Cheers.
Let's go.
Shout out Marley. Now Nebraska catches a break there. So now it's going to be 1st and 10, and they're driving. Dylan Raiola, 3 of 4, 32 yards. Not the most impressive stats through 1 quarter, 2 minutes to go, but
it's 1 quarter.
It's 1 quarter.
Not even over yet.
Sure. Emmett Johnston delayed handoff. That play seemed to take a little bit longer to develop than I would have liked it to. Mm-hmm. Do you want to answer the Riddler, though? Oh, now I know what he was saying. He's talking about jumping in the pool.
And that will not be happening tonight because we are at the main campus of Break the Huddle Studios. And unfortunately, we do not have a readily available pool.
We do.
We're just not going to use it.
We're not going to use it tonight, but we do have some exciting stuff coming up in the near future. Jake and I have been talking behind the scenes. As soon as we get to 1,000 subs, that's when we can really ramp it up. Also, Riddler and everyone in the chat, if you want to send a super chat, help donate to the channel. All contributions. And how did he get that off? And he caught it.
Unbelievable.
Santa Maria, number 13, Hunter. And that's a guy that we're going to be talking about. I don't know if Dylan Raiola was down here, but he's even limping like Patrick Mahomes. Was he down here, or did he get that off? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
That's just crazy.
That literally looked like Mahomes. Literally.
Okay. As much as this dude tries his hardest to be Patrick Mahomes, he has never looked more like him than that play right there. That is insane.
And then it's caught by number 13, Hunter. And we can pull up the offense here in a minute, but oh, no. And I think that's a good segue to bring up this Minnesota defense, if we would.
Juan Bryan from Savannah, Georgia, is the guy who's down from Minnesota.
And yeah, you already got 2 corners out tonight for Minnesota. You can't afford to lose another one. This defense is led by free safety Kerry Brown, number 14, and obviously left outside linebacker Anthony Smith, number 0. This is a big-time defense for Minnesota. They've held their own thus far through the season. They got lit up by Ohio State, but I think it's fair to say a lot of teams would. But as I mentioned, they can't afford to lose any more corners. John Nestor was questionable coming into this one, number 17 at the corner position. I don't think he's out there right now. I haven't seen him. He was questionable early. If you know in the chat, put it down in the chat if you know already. But man, not good for Minnesota. You're already 2 corners down. Now you might be a 3rd down, and you're not Ohio State, so you don't have top playmakers walking around on the sideline waiting to come in.
Really bad sign, especially this early in the game against the number 25 Nebraska Cornhuskers. I mean, good Lord, you've got to. That's just. Really tough break, but look, it's next man up mentality. You had this game circled, you knew what you were getting into, and you just got to be ready, So whoever it is, I mean, hope he's okay, and then Zaquan can come back in the game at some point, but we'll see. You've already, like you said already, you've already got a bunch of question marks at that position on the field. Ugh.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. And Nebraska entered this game missing a left tackle in Ethan Pritchett, excuse me. And, you can't afford to lose offensive linemen if you're Nebraska tonight, too. That's something to keep an eye on as well. Coming into this game, I thought Ethan Pritchett was a big-time player for that Nebraska front 5. And so far, it hasn't really affected them. But we're going to see as the game goes on, that wear and tear of the Big Ten, man, it can catch up real quick.
Unbelievable.
We're at commercial break right now, so we can give you a score update for the Miami Hurricanes versus Louisville. Carson Beck has not looked good tonight.
He has turned the ball over at least twice.
Yeah, look at that.
Just unbelievable. If you're a team that's trying to go to the Natty, this is not how you're supposed to look against an unranked Louisville tonight.
No, and listen, we've said this time and time again. The ACC, the Big 12, wide open. Wide open. So we're going to see what happens. Excited to see Rooster come in the chat. Should be here shortly.
And there we go, a little injury update. Zaquan is up and moving around on the sideline.
Good,
so
good,
that's
good.
a good sign. It looks like he kind of just came.
He might have gotten a stinger. He might have gotten a stinger on that one.
Yeah.
Diving in. Not good for the Minnesota Gophers nonetheless. And I know, shout out Uncle Buck, doesn't like when I say that word. But yeah, we're going to try to get Uncle Buck on in the second half. He's our rules expert. We just hired him last week. But here we go. 1st and 10 for the Cornhuskers as they continue to drive down the field inside the Minnesota 15. And that's exactly what I would do. Give it to your bell cow. Give it to Emmett Johnston. You got to get him going in this one. We talked about it. Got to get him going. Keep it going. Keep it going. This is what I told Brad. If you're in Nebraska, you've got to get ahead early. Get up 10 points, 14 points, and make Minnesota play from behind in an area where they do not want to be playing in, which is having to throw the ball with Drake Lindsey.
Well, especially because you know their keys to victory. You know their game plan is they want to run the ball effectively.
They have to. That's not. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, he had him, dude. He had Dane Key wide open in the corner right there.
He just missed him.
Had him. Dane Key, a big-time contributor, obviously transferred in this year, coming over from Kentucky. Big loss for Kentucky. They lose him, but a big addition for Nebraska this year. Dylan Raiola just out of reach for Dane Key. You gotta, he knows it's on him.
Unbelievable.
You gotta execute on those. You got to. So 3rd and 6 for Nebraska. They got to pick up this first. You can't win the game with field goals. I mean, you could, but run it. And that's exactly what you don't want to do.
Takes a sack right there on 3rd and 6 in the red zone. And now you're going to have to settle for 3.
Now, if you're Minnesota's defense, you got to be feeling really good there.
You're hype. Are you kidding me?
You hold them to a field goal.
If we can play bend, don't break against Nebraska, then we're putting our offense in a great position to go win us this football game.
Also, I don't know what kind of play call they were thinking about there. They tried to get on Lindenmeyer on an in and out route. You're not going to win that route on a corner. I'm sorry. That's a terrible play call in my opinion. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Dylan Raiola.
He's looking at him the whole way. That was his route.
On 100%.
I don't know why you don't get Dane Key over the middle. I don't know why you don't get the tight end over the middle. The middle of the field is where it's at.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I know Dylan Raiola is not exactly known as a mobile quarterback, but why not try a bootleg play?
Not bad.
Why not get him out in space to where you then have the option, okay, do I go try and get at the quarterback or do I cover my receiver? And maybe get Lindenmeyer out doing that. So you have to choose between the big tight end who then has the option to, even if he's being covered, to get in front of his guy and body him up in the end zone. Is that unbelievable?
And Ty has
unbelievable.
Tyrone has chimed into the chat. Is that Jake the Weatherman or Crazy Dave? Some may never know. But shout out Tyrone.
Woo! We love Tyrone.
Shout out Rick, big fan of Break the Huddle After Dark. Asked him to join the show tonight. Said he was too busy doing nothing. And we understand. Maybe next time. But here we are live at Break the Huddle studio. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside senior analyst and local electrician mogul, Jake the Weatherman.
Let's go, baby. Crazy Dave ain't nowhere near as cool as Jake the Weatherman.
Oh, and Tyrone says woo, too.
That's what I'm talking about.
And when we come back, we're going to see this Minnesota offense. We'll put up the lineup as soon as the game comes back on. We're on commercial break. But as I mentioned before, Minnesota holds Nebraska after driving down the field to a field goal. Nebraska up 3-0 in this one. You got to feel really dang good if you're Minnesota.
Especially now if your offense can actually go down and move the ball effectively. I mean, holy crap. You have now just pulled yourself out of a hole coming down. I mean, because Nebraska was just moving and grooving
Sure.
pretty effectively there. And like I said earlier, to apply a bend don't break position against them, you got to feel really, really good. And now you have a chance to actually go down and get up on this team early. This is exactly what you have to do, and take your time doing it. Take your time. Run the ball. Run the ball.
Well, that's if they can, right? I mean, that's
If you want to win, that's what you have to do. And if you can't do that, then this game is going to get ugly.
it is. And it's going to be bad. It's going to get bad real quick. If you haven't already, hit that like button, share it with your friends, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for all the support thus far. We're over 700 subscribers. Woo! On our way to 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, Jake is going to be in a Break the Huddle Speedo. That is right. We have it pre-ordered. When we get our first paycheck from ad revenue from YouTube, when we hit 1,000 subs, Jake the Weatherman will be in a Break the Huddle Speedo. What do you think, Jake?
I think you better zoom in.
Whoa, jeez, jeez, whoa.
I mean, subscribe.
Yeah, woo. And zoom in.
Unbelievable.
Marley, what do you think about the Speedo?
Unbelievable.
Almost to 10 likes on the live tonight. We really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, hit that like in the live. We almost hit double digits in the live stream. We were up to 9 at one point.
I'm going to tell you right now, boy, that was pretty good.
Really appreciate all the support so far. We really do. We're growing this channel. We've worked hard. We don't have a lot of financial backing. We're just a couple of boys that love college football at its purest form. And Cameron has chimed in. That earned my sub. Shout out, Cam. So, yeah, we just got another sub.
Let's go, baby.
Woo! Thank you for the sub. Thank you. We are now up to 709.
Go.
Jake said if we hit 750 tonight, he will take off his shirt. If we hit 800, he will helicopter here live on camera.
Oh, God.
And there goes Minnesota. But it's coming back with a hold.
Coming back.
So as this offense hits the field, I think this is a good time to bring up the Minnesota offense. Let's take a look at this Minnesota offense, shall we, Jake?
Let's do it.
All right. Don't know why it made it small screen. My apologies. Let's see if we can make it bigger and better.
Oh, yes, we can.
All right. There we go. All right. So here's the Minnesota. And my apologies. We are a one-man show, like I said. No financial backing. But as we take a look at this Minnesota offense, now that we got it up on the screen, led by Drake Lindsey, quarterback, and big guy to watch out for tonight, Jamison Gears, number 86, tight end. He's that safety blanket for Drake Lindsey. We also obviously talked about Darius Taylor, number 1, the running back, needing to get him involved early on in this one. Jake, who are you looking out for tonight on this offense?
I'll tell you what, my favorite player on this entire offense is the center. And he goes by the name of Ashton Beers. We love you, Ashton Beers. You're the greatest player in this entire conference. And it's only because of your name.
So number 15, number 16, he is not on our list of receivers. We got bamboozled on that one. But he picks up the first. Listen, they're doing the deep drop back play action plays so far. And guy slips, misses the tackle, and Minnesota's driving.
But there you go right there. Drake Lindsey making a play.
3 for 3. Yeah, 3 for 3, 7 yards. Not bad. That's the problem, right? He can't throw the ball very far. Now, granted, you don't have to throw it deep every single play, and that is their strength. You want to take time off the clock so it gives Nebraska more time off the field offensively. You want to keep Dylan Raiola off the field as much as you can tonight. And here goes
Absolutely.
Darius Taylor on the run.
And there he goes.
Oh my
Breaks
gosh!
a huge run.
There,
And he's going down the sideline. Does he have the leg? And he does. It's a touchdown.
They're calling him down. They're calling him down.
What?
I
How
think.
can you call him down? He very close.
Oh my gosh!
No. That's got to be a touchdown. Oh, and he stepped out of bounds on the 1.
And in the words of Tony Romo, oh, geez, Jim, that's a close one.
Oh, man. In the words of one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time, Zoink Scoob. I mean, good Lord, he had that. It was gift wrapped. You had it. Oh well, it's the one. It's 1st and goal on the 1.
And our fall leaves just fell, but that's okay. We'll get them back up here at halftime.
We'll get them back up now.
We're gonna get them, and we're gonna need them now. Yep, there you go.
Woo! Holy crap! Minnesota with a huge run, and they're looking to punch it in here, and it's a touch push.
Drake Lindsey, touchdown.
Woo! Huge Minnesota touchdown right there if it stands by Drake Lindsey on a Minnesota Golden Gophers tush push.
And it all started with that run from Darius Taylor. Listen, Nebraska made the mistake. They played back in zone, and Minnesota made them pay.
But it's exactly what we were talking about.
They're
down to victory are. They ran the ball super well. And obviously they're not going to break huge plays like that all the time. At least we don't think they will. But
well, they're doing, like I said, they're dialing it up perfectly because they're mixing it up with play action. Then Nebraska thinks, okay, they're going play action again. One slip tackle from the safety, and he's gone.
Unbelievable. And now Minnesota is getting set to kick the extra point, go up 7-3.
Crazy.
I mean, this is exactly what we expected. This is exactly what we wanted. This game is already shaping up to be super amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Nebraska right now, and if you're Matt Rhule, what are you thinking over there on the sideline right now?
Well, I think you're going to have to make some halftime adjustments because look at this. I mean, you can't one-on-one with the safety, you're not going to win, especially with a guy like Darius Taylor. He will make you pay. And obviously he runs out of gas right at the end, but they finish it off with Lindsey punching it in for 6. So, yeah, Minnesota here up early in the 2nd quarter, excuse me. This is a big game for Minnesota too, because if they can come out and beat Nebraska, it's a whole new season for them. And you're probably looking at top 25 ranking.
Well, I mean, that really shakes up the conference, does it not?
It does.
Holy crap. How different does that look now with a 5-2 Minnesota and a 5-2 Nebraska?
Big. I mean, I think it obviously puts Nebraska out of playoff contention at that point.
Yeah.
You can't lose to Minnesota.
No.
If you want to see Jake in a Speedo, hit that subscribe button. If we get to 1,000, he will get in a Speedo.
Unbelievable.
Maybe a cold plunge.
In one that specifically has Break the Huddle all over it. Because that's exactly what's going to be happening.
We're still waiting for Rooster to come in here. I know the Riddler is really excited to see Rooster tonight. I haven't seen Spanky tonight. I'm curious to see when Spanky's going to chime in. Spanky followed me on TikTok live as well, just to give y'all a little bit of insight. Give us a follow on Instagram at break_the_huddle_. We are in a lawsuit right now with another guy with the name Break the Huddle _ on Instagram, but we do have ownership of Break the Huddle _ on Twitter/X and TikTok. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram right now. X, we're suspended on. Whole nother story. Can't go live on there, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, what had happened is that we got a little boozed up one night at the casino, and Elon was there, and some choice words were exchanged, and we're currently in a huge legal battle right now, fighting to get our X account back. And
So if you are an attorney or know an attorney, let us know down in the comments as well. Would really appreciate the support.
Yeah, please, because
Also, you think Rob's tuning in right now?
I don't know.
Hopefully, we'll hear from Rob soon. Rob, if you're in the chat, let us know. I'd love to get your take on this game so far.
So there you go. Good recap of that drive. 4 plays, 90 yards. Drake Lindsay capping it off with the 1 yard tush push run. But Taylor with a 71-yard run. And I mean, daggum, that should have been his touchdown if he didn't step out right there.
Yeah, it should have been, honestly. But we said it. I mean, Minnesota holds them to a field goal and they drive right down the field very quickly. I mean, they did exactly what they wanted to do. I just didn't expect them to drive down that fast.
So then, how does Nebraska respond right here? If you're Dylan Raiola, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I think you just got to get out there and play football the way you know how to play. You can't think of it any differently. You got to get out there and make the plays. You got to get down there and score 6. You can't settle for field goals. I said that. As much as people want to say, well, Minnesota doesn't have a very prolific offense. Well, like I said, the why. So one-on-one, I mean, that is a horrible angle by the safety, by the way. Horrible. Horrible. And we're going to talk about the Nebraska defense here in a minute. We haven't talked about them yet. We'll wait till the next drive. But I mean, my goodness, Darius Taylor has more yards alone than this whole Nebraska offense, which is just insane.
A lot of that comes off of one play. But
yeah, but I mean,
still
you can't fault them for that.
It's still the play that puts you up 7-3. So
I don't know, man. It's an interesting game. I mean, it's good for us here at Break the Huddle as we break this one down. But for Nebraska fans, you got to be shaking your head right now thinking, what are we doing? Because Nebraska is playing exactly how Minnesota wants to play, slow and methodical and not finishing. That's what oh, by God. If you're Dylan Raiola, you got to have better pocket awareness there. There is no reason for you to step up. There is no one coming around the edges. None.
Just bad pocket presence.
Well, it's a bad snap, which throws the play off completely.
It's just bad all around. That play was blown up from the very start.
You know, if you're Nebraska, you got to be thinking to yourself, we're better than this team, and in some ways they are. But Dana Holgorsen better step it up, otherwise his butt's out the door. I'd fire his ass.
Dana Holgorsen looks like he just spent some time in an opium den instead of preparing for this game. Look at his face.
Well, I don't know what the running back there was doing.
Dylan Raiola almost just took another sack there, but extends the play.
Oh, incomplete. And that's going to be a 3 and out for Nebraska.
Unbelievable.
That is the last thing they needed.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Listen, still a lot of game left. Nebraska has plenty of time to get their act
look at Dylan. His eyes, well, maybe they were down the field. It looked like for a minute he was looking at the rush, but he's not too happy with his play so far. You can tell. He's not happy.
No, and he shouldn't be because you know it and I know it. Dylan Raiola is way better than he's been so far in this game. I mean, we saw flashes of it earlier on in the drive before this one. That one play that we were freaking out about, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that was magic. That's what he's capable of. That's what he actually is. So he'll get his act together. This will still be a back and forth.
Sure.
But now Minnesota right here with an opportunity to go up 14-3.
Yeah.
Or even just 10-3.
10-3. Yeah. If you come away with points, you put together a nicely methodical drive, 7-play, 13-play drive. And we are now at 11 people watching. We have now, that is great. If you're in here for the first time, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're breaking down the game for you live. And we're down to 8 again. But that's okay. We appreciate all the love, all the support thus far. Louisville having their way with Miami. We won't get into that game because we're not here to call that game. But listen, we're rolling here at Break the Huddle. We've got a good game on our hands. Minnesota has come out swinging. They've got the ball driving, and it looks like we lost a like. So
genius.
If you unliked it, screw you. We didn't want your like anyways. I bet it was Ty.
Yeah.
I bet it was.
Oh, Rick, we love you so much.
But yeah, I mean, early on, Minnesota driving down the field, and now they've got a prime opportunity again here. We're on commercial break. I think that's a good segue to talk about some of the games coming up this weekend. Let's talk about Georgia Ole Miss. This is a big game for Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs after a close win on the road at Auburn just a week ago. A lot of controversy in that game. He doubles down on it was a timeout, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Well, now it's a new week, new team, and they've got to come out and win that game. What are your quick expectations of that matchup tomorrow?
I think it's going to be a blockbuster game, a game for the ages, an instant classic.
Yep.
But ultimately, I believe that this year is the year of Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. I believe that they're one of the better teams out there this year. I believe that this is finally the year that they actually get over the hump and don't just play a few amazing games and a couple really bad ones. I believe that they actually put together a complete season, and they do that and start proving that by beating Georgia tomorrow at 3:30.
Wow. Heard it here live on Break the Huddle After Dark from Jake the Weatherman. He believes Ole Miss comes out with the win on the road. Let us know down in the comments what you think about that.
But look, it's gonna be close. I mean, it's gonna be probably the most entertaining. Like,
Intercepted by Miami.
there you go.
They could take it to the house. Oh, not even close.
Miami looking to get back in that one.
Not to jump off everyone off guard there because we are focused on the Nebraska game, but we do have just to our right Louisville versus Miami, and that was a huge turnover from Miami. Let's see if they could finish it out with a touchdown. Turning back to this game, though, let's take a quick look at the Nebraska defense because we haven't yet, and hopefully this one comes up in full screen. And it does. Beautiful.
There we go.
That's exactly what we wanted. Pause it. Pause it. No. Pause. No. All right. So if we look at this Nebraska defense, obviously free safety Deshaun Singleton, and led by right inside linebacker Javin Wright, number 0, and then also right outside linebacker Williams in. I would butcher his last name. I've tried to put it up there on screen. But that's your defense right there. Those are the two guys that are there to make plays when it matters most. Obviously, you got guys like Cameron L., Kiana Davis at the left end. You got guys in the secondary like Rex Guthrie. Excuse me. This is a very good dynamic defense, but man, they I formation. You got to think to run the ball, but look, they got to play back for the pass, and that just opens it up wide open for the run. And there he goes. Darius Taylor. You can't let him get 5-6 yards a game. You can't.
We'll see. Unfortunately, and I love those two players that you have highlighted there, but the two guys I'm looking at are the two safeties. Both of those guys got to play better, man. Like, just straight up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no real analysis or anything else to say. They just got to play better because they are better. But they're playing not so great to start this game out so far.
Well, and I don't understand this because Brad and I talked about this in our preview early on in the week. They don't have guys that are going to beat you over the top in the pass game. So stack the box. Don't worry about them picking up the short yardage and pass because right now they're doing exactly what they want to do. I mean, look, Lindsey only has 25 yards passing. Make him beat you with the throw, for goodness sake.
Yeah, and he hasn't gone down the field because exactly like you said, he's only got 25 yards passing, but mind you, he's 5 for 5. So to complete 5 passes on 5 attempts, but still only have 25
4th and
yards?
inches right here.
Uh-oh.
Timeout for Minnesota.
Ooh, if you're the Golden Gophers, do you go for this right here, or do you?
Yeah, you got to.
You think so?
You just spend a timeout. You got one left in the first half. You can't call a timeout and then punt it. If you're going to punt it, you're going to take the delay of game, right? Or try to hard count them. You got to go for it. It's 4th and inches. Why wouldn't you? You've been running it on down their throats all night long so far. You'd be stupid with a guy like Darius Taylor not to go for it on 4th and inches. My opinion. Are they reviewing this?
I wonder if they're challenging the spot.
Well, his knee's down right there, right? And I'm going to have to sneeze, so excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Another one's coming. I think, maybe. Nope. All right, we're good.
I don't know. That's a close call. I think they did have a case to challenge that spot, but I believe that's what the all the hoopla was about.
There we
They
go.
are going to punt it now, so
They might fake it.
watch the fake.
I mean,
Watch
this is the territory to fake it in if you're going to.
There is no fake. It's a legit punt.
What in the world is that guy doing on the sidelines?
Running all over the place, bro.
Big matchup on Sunday right there for our two teams. We won't get into it, but if you haven't already, hit that like button. Get us up to 10 likes tonight. We really appreciate all the support. Help us get to 710 subs. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. We just broke 700 subscribers. Really appreciate all the support. Kevin O'Connell on the sidelines for the Minnesota Vikings.
Looking a little boozed up on the side.
Maybe.
There. Looking like he might need to get escorted out at some point.
Hey, listen, he can hold his own. That's a big dude. Kevin O'Connell is a massive human being. And he is no joke when it comes to coaching quarterbacks.
For real.
He could teach these two quarterbacks a thing or two.
Heck, he genuinely could. Perhaps that's why he's here, is looking for a guy.
I'm still wondering when Rooster's going to hop in. It's 9 o'clock. We haven't heard from him.
Unbelievable.
I think he might have stayed at that game longer than he anticipated.
I think maybe he got a little boozed up.
He might have gone to the concert tonight. Maybe he got tickets.
And there you go. Dylan Raiola with a little shake and bake to extend the play and gets it to Lindenmeyer for the first down. That's incredible right there. How about that, huh?
Well, Dylan Raiola is an improviser. He's not a dual threat guy. You could say he is, but he's not a world beater. He's not a Lamar Jackson. But what he can do is extend plays when the pocket breaks down. And that's exactly what he did there. He tries so hard to be Patrick Mahomes, though, it pisses me off.
His style of play honestly reminds me more of like a Russell Wilson than it does a Patrick Mahomes or anybody else.
Well,
he's a guy that's not necessarily going to gash you down the field or whatever, running the ball, but he is going to extend the play in the backfield and look for a guy downfield, which Russell Wilson was always super great at. And right there, finds a guy down the middle, and there he goes.
I mean, you got to win that one-on-one if you're number 18. I don't know who that is. Is that Clark? And there he is with the Mahomes. Big play, though. Oh, Nicole has chimed in. ACC has upsets on the weeknight games. Thoughts?
I mean, it seems like that's been true so far.
Virginia beats Florida State.
Yeah.
Now Louisville leads by 7 in the third quarter. Very possible. Very possible. Shout out Nicole. Woo! Hey, if you're in the chat right now, be sure to chime in. If you're watching live, ask us questions about the game. Comment your thoughts on this game so far. Maybe some games this weekend you want to talk about. We're here. We cover all college football. Oh, what a move. Oh, my gosh. Is that Emmett Johnson or Emmett Smith? I mean, good gosh.
In a play that should have been stopped for a minimum of 3 yards, all of a sudden goes 9 or 10. Like, wow, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look at the shiftiness. Oh, my gosh. But this move right here, that's the one that got me. And then that one. I mean, he juked out 3 defenders right there. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 so we can get Jake out of Speedo.
Please don't put me in the Speedo.
No, but we want to because then we reach 1,000.
Oh, yeah. All right. I guess I got to follow through with that and get put in the Speedo. A break the huddle Speedo. I'm not just getting in no random Speedo, okay? You got to order a Speedo.
It's branded.
That has our brand on it.
That's a dumb play right there, though. You can't. It always baffles me when you got a great run play. You know he used a lot of his energy. Go play action. Because they're going to double down on the run right there. That's exactly what they did. Look, it gets stuffed. They were going run that whole play. That whole way. You've got too many weapons on the outside not to throw it out.
Well, Minnesota yet
and
again.
Dylan Raiola's got the arm.
Minnesota yet again has an opportunity to apply the bend, don't break rule.
I mean, that might be the storyline of the night. Nebraska not finishing in the red zone.
Bad red zone offense.
There he goes. I mean, what's he doing? There's literally no reason for him to step up.
Unbelievable.
But give credit to Minnesota. They held their own in the pocket. They knew they know what he's doing, obviously. I tell you this much. I can't wait to get a cookie at halftime. I know it's right. Oh, my gosh, he got killed. And then he taunts. That should be a taunting penalty. But look at this. I mean, yes, step up, but don't run all. I mean, he has no direction.
But see, this is Dylan Raiola's problem. Is earlier we were praising his ability, and for good reason, because he escaped the pocket and extended the play very well. Right here, though, it's as if he forgot his ability to do that, and then just totally abandons the and there we go.
And now, flag. And it's going to be coming back. But I think they're going to decline it. Looks like it's going to be an offensive hold or a legal man downfield, one of the two. It's going to be on 57. 57 for Nebraska offense. And we can pull it up to see who that is. Let's take a look. Should be on 57, and we don't have him on here. That must be the guy taking over for Elijah Pritchett. I don't know why I have him down as number 37 either. That's my apologies. That's the bad production. We'll have to fire the guy in the back. We'll get rid of him right after the show. What was it?
Unnecessary roughness.
Jeez. Can't have it. Look at Matt Rhule. He's pissed. And I would be too. Matt Rhule looks good. He's lost a lot of weight.
Matt Rhule is serious. Like that
in a healthy way.
Yeah. Well, anymore, and it would be concerning.
Yeah, anymore, it would have been Ozebit. Just saying. And look, have you seen Randy Jackson lately? Jesus. Randy Jackson looks like one of those puppets that you get at the store that are creepy looking. He got Ozempic plus Botox. That is a recipe to look like a scary nightmare.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what they're reviewing here. Is it going to be targeting? And that would be huge because they're already down Elijah Pritchett. If they get down to 57, I need to see who that is. We'll work on that to see who it is. Let me look it up right now.
Matt Rhule on sideline there is making his case.
He knows that guy might be cooked.
Ooh.
In the words, let's see this. Are they going to call targeting on this BS? Well, I think this is, I mean, the way he dives on him. Oh, he's done. I'm sorry. I don't think he should be ejected, but I'm telling you, he's gone. Where's Uncle Buck? We need our rules expert.
This is going to be a targeting call.
Unfortunately.
This is going to be a targeting call.
I wonder if
by the way, if it's not, I don't know what in the world targeting is. Like, if it's not, then this is the dumbest rule in the world because it has zero consistency on anything.
Let me see.
This dude lowered the crown of his helmet and made helmet to helmet contact while lowering and making first contact with the crown of his. It meets every criteria that they always put up on the graphics. I don't know. I don't know what else this could possibly be.
We're going to see if we get Uncle Buck in here live for Break the Huddle. Our rules expert, Mike Pereira, whatever
Mike
the hell.
Pereira.
Kiss my ass. and he's gone. That's targeting. Player disqualified. And you got to be kidding me. I don't know why PJ Fleck's so heated.
Yeah, what is going on over on that sideline?
I don't know. We'll see if Uncle Buck, our rules expert, can chime in here and give us an update. That is Pritchett. That's Elijah Pritchett.
And he's got to go.
And he's got to go now.
He's got to go, and he's got to go now.
Well, he was questionable coming into this game. Now he's really out.
Oh, boy.
Here I was the whole time thinking Pritchett was, well, the good news is you're not losing 2 linemen. You're only losing 1. So shout out to Pritchett.
There we go.
Woo! But now the question,
you now have to go home.
But now you have to bring in a completely new left tackle. Now you got to be able to protect the blind side. Now it's 3rd and 28. Maybe that's why PJ Fleck is pissed off. Maybe he wanted to decline the penalty, but also have it called a targeting, and maybe that's not how you can. Maybe you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think he was wanting to decline it, but still wanted the guy ejected, and I don't think that's possible. Big loss for Nebraska this first half, though. Thankfully, they will get him back next week for Northwestern because they're going to need him.
Right.
But Dylan Raiola is just on the. What's he? There we go.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least you're in field goal range now. So at least you do get 3 out of it, right?
But once again, you bend, but you don't break.
Yeah, credit Minnesota. Miami's just struggling over there, man. I don't even know what to say about that one.
It's college football. That's what you say.
On Friday night.
That's what happens.
Yep. Oh, we're up to 710 subs now. Woo! If we hit 800 tonight, Jake helicopters on camera.
No, he does not. Because then we won't have a channel anymore.
It wouldn't matter. It'd be worth it.
It would not be worth it. And I'm curious as to why Pritchett is still on the sidelines. I'm pretty sure he has to leave, right?
I don't know. They changed it.
I'm pretty sure that that's the rule. Like, you cannot be in there anymore. You have to go.
And he's got to go now.
And he's got to go now.
We'll see. We'll see after the commercial break. But yeah, big stop for the Minnesota Gophers as they lead this game 7-3. Did they already kick the field goal?
They just did. So
Okay.
7-6
now. Yeah. So
as I'm going to go fill my cup.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, we've got rules expert Buck calling in. Let's see if we can get him in here. He is waiting in the guest lineup. Let me see if I can get him in here. How do I do this here? Let's see. Okay, I want to duplicate this, and then I want to add in and copy guest. Or did I already? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hang on, Buck. We're getting you in here. Give me 1 second. Stay in the green room. All right. Jake, hurry up. We're going to get him on here. I think we can get him on here in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show for the first time ever, none other than our rules analyst, senior rules analyst for Break the Huddle, Uncle Buck. Now, Buck, we got to ask you real quick. Oh, jeez. And sorry about that, fellas. We had to take him off for a second for that last call. Let's bring him back in here, though. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Buck.
Woo! Let's go.
Hey,
rules expert.
Hey, Nate.
What's up, Uncle Buck?
Nate, you need to hire an engineer if you can't get your shit together that quick. Why can't I hear you?
Oh, we're muted. Sorry about that. So, Uncle Buck, I got to ask you, what were your thoughts on that targeting call? And try to keep it PG. For the sake of this channel, please.
Well, you know what? When you got someone down, you might as well pile on. That dude was a pussy, should not have been targeting.
Well, and
that was some of the greatest rules analysis I've ever heard in my life. I gotta tell you, and I've heard it all. I've heard it from Mike Pereira. I've heard it from Gene Steratore. I've heard it from Kirk Herbstreit. And now I've heard it from the one, the only Uncle Buck. And my goodness gracious, it's the greatest I've ever heard in my life. That guy sucked, and I agree.
So, Uncle Buck, what are your thoughts on the game thus far on Minnesota? And then we'll talk about Louisville versus Miami and your thoughts on that.
Well, the Minnesota game, I think it sucks so far because I haven't seen the Gopher spin his head once. I want to see that fucking rodent spin his freaking head.
Yeah, I will say that is one of the coolest traditions in college football. Every time Minnesota scores a touchdown, the Gopher spins his head. They scored a touchdown, but you're right, we haven't seen it yet. Shout out Uncle Buck. He is a former Minnesota quarterback back in the 90s.
What a legend.
Sure, he might have been a four-string walk-on, but damn it, he knows football.
What an absolute legend.
So shout out Uncle Buck for that. All right, let's talk about this Louisville-Miami game. Miami came in as a 14.5-point favorite, 13.5 on some boards. What do you think thus far from Louisville holding their own?
Well, let's go back to your walk-on comments. Chad Powers has nothing on me.
Oh, no.
As far
Oh,
as
no.
as far as the Louisville Miami game goes, um, I told you earlier in the week that you better watch out for Louisville. You said I actually tried to encourage you to cover this game, but you said the spread was too big, and I was like, I don't know. There's some that's going to be a good ass game.
Well, as we all know, we don't like it when it spreads too big. We want it to spread just a little bit, you know? So,
Well, you know what? Then you need to get more acquainted with your spreads.
Woo!
let's
Be-
go.
because because if the spread isn't big enough, there's no way of getting down. You know what I'm saying?
You can't score on that spread.
Nope, but we can score on a lot of spreads. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I really hope, Drake Lindsey drove down the field here, 2nd and 7 for the Gophers. But you're right. Like, Louisville was an underdog by a lot. I kind of knew in the back of my head that game would be close, but I knew a lot of people were anticipating this Nebraska matchup. A lot of fans in the Midwest are really excited about the Cornhuskers this year, and we've gotten a good game. And Nebraska, for the first time, gets to Drake Lindsey. That's what we've been waiting to see all night long, and they got to him there. That time, Watson Trent on the tackle.
It's unbelievable that it's taken this long in order for that to happen for the first time.
Well, they dialed up the exotic blitz.
Unbelievable! It's unbelievable that it's taken y'all this long to comment on it because I saw that 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Well, we're streaming live on YouTube TV. Going to be a little bit of a delay. We always advise people to. Oh, there's the Gopher. Did not spin his head, though.
What?
I'd like to see him
You saw the
helicopter his
Gopher?
little tail. I'd like to see him helicopter his little tail.
I tell you what, that would be real good television.
I mean, if there's not a better mascot to do it. Well,
Oh
yeah, there
wait,
is.
there's Shacker Watch too.
Yeah.
And he is a rules expert for Break the Huddle. He's also Shacker and Cobra Watcher as well. So we're going to be tuning in with him throughout the night. Uncle Buck, we'll let you go for now. You can use that same link to chime back in here in the second half. But until then, we appreciate your analysis on the targeting, and we will see you shortly. Hey, if there's another call where they bring in Mike Pereira, we want you to call in, okay?
Challenges that. But I got to take Razbat out to the back 40, so I'll call in later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Buck, rules expert for Break the Huddle.
Rules expert, Uncle Buck.
Jake, what a time it is to have him on every single Friday night. We apologize for the colorful commentary for the younger audience, but
hey, but that's how intense the rules get in college football.
they do. And listen, I've said it before. Mike Pereira, Gene Sterile. I'm going to call him Gene Sterile. Listen, he can kiss my ass. I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and do as much colorful commentary as Uncle Buck necessarily, but I'm not afraid to sit here as well and say, hey,
close.
we're close. We might have stretched it a little bit there. We'll see after this production how YouTube views it, but we love YouTube. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. But you know what? Hey, until that 1,000 subs, we can't get demonetized anyways because we don't make any money.
Oh, boy.
I thought that was a good point, though. Like, I don't know how you look at a block like that. If you want offense and defensive line to be aggressive, why can't they finish the block? Because that play 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, is just considered, hey, he's making sure his guy doesn't get up. It wasn't like the play was blown dead, and then he just all of a sudden went there and speared him.
I don't know. I feel like here's the thing. The reason that he was on the ground is because he was already blocked into the ground by that dude.
Yeah.
So then you add insult to injury by then diving on top of him. And then not only do you do that by lowering the crown of your helmet and making helmet to helmet contact, which is something that they're, for lack of a better word, targeting and really trying to hone in on and attack and stop. So, yeah, that's just a stupid play overall. You know that something like that's going to get called. You just can't make those mistakes.
So 2-minute drill here for Minnesota, and Rooster always says, and I think you said it too, you win and lose ball games in the last 2 minutes of the ball game, of the first half and the first two in the second half.
What a play.
Well, it's a simple play. Like, that's exactly what I've been telling Nebraska to do all night. Play methodically, play smart. They get a simple crossing route over the middle, nothing fancy. But obviously, Nebraska's playing back in zone. The guy misses a tackle and he picks up 10. It's nothing special. They're not doing anything that makes you go, whoa, this offense is the best offense in college football. They're just playing methodically right now.
But again, this Nebraska secondary seems to just take terrible angles when it comes to trying to come in and make these tackles.
Yeah, it's been bad. And here we go, trick play.
Got a few.
Yeah, got positive yards.
Could have gotten blown up there in the backfield and ended up getting a few positive yards out of it. So
Sure.
There you go. Down right here at the 49. Unbelievable.
I still can't believe Uncle Rules analyst Uncle Buck joined tonight. Shout out Uncle Buck. We new hire here at Break the Huddle.
I'm just so glad we actually had an opportunity.
I'm just glad he didn't say anything too colorful. I thought Nebraska had a chance there right there to pick it off.
Yeah.
But if they can hold Minnesota to a 3-and-out right here, that is massive. Massive. If you're Nebraska, I wouldn't even try to score. You just want to hold them right here. I think Minnesota runs the ball, hoping that they can pick up the first here. And if they can't, then at least they have to force Nebraska to take a timeout.
That'd probably be exactly what I would do right now if I was this play caller. Let's see what they dial up here. 3rd and 7 here on the 49. And they go with it.
Oh!
And they gets tackled for a loss right there.
And it looks like Nebraska takes a timeout right away. So you do make them burn a timeout, but that also tells you if you're Nebraska, hey, they're going for it.
Oh,
Well,
man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that play call right there, actually.
Well, like I said, you got to run the ball, right? Because you're either going to pick up the first down or you're going to force Nebraska.
Ooh, and Drake Lindsay is very upset on the sideline there.
Looks like we're starting to gain viewership back.
Not good there. Not good at all. When your quarterback is
Well, if you're Drake Lindsay, you got to be pissed off because you should be up in this game 14-6. I mean, you had a prime opportunity to drive down the field right there, and you couldn't capitalize. But I want to see in the second half, does Minnesota go back to trying to run the ball more? And they almost blocked that. Fielded cleanly, and it don't
runs
know.
backwards.
That was the dumbest thing you could have done if you're. Who was that? Number 6. Let me pull up the offense here. I don't know. Give me a second. Number 2.
Received it at the 15.
That's
and ran
Ja'Cory
it back.
Barney. That was my breakout player of the game. Well, he broke
Wow.
out, but in the wrong way. Now, if you're Nebraska, now you're just hoping to get out. That one doesn't make sense to me, man.
Unbelievable.
We look ahead to tomorrow's slate, though. Utah versus BYU, if you haven't already.
The Holy War.
The Holy War. Go check it out on our channel. We've gotten a lot of feedback on that video. Shout out to everyone who viewed that video. Appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the engagement. Hey, we're not just trying to build a brand here at Break the Huddle. We're trying to build. Oh, if he had caught that.
Unbelievable.
We're not trying to build just a brand here at Break the Huddle. We're trying to build engagement. We're trying to build a solid community and fan base that engages every Friday night. And by the way, we will be going live every Friday night, even after the season ends. So we're not going anywhere. We'll be streaming on the college football playoff night on Friday. We'll be doing bowl games. We'll be doing the Chick-fil-A Bowl, which is the semifinal playoff game. That's going to be a huge matchup.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so much fun.
We're in for the long haul here at Break the Huddle. We are excited to bring you along with us, and we want you to be engaged. And look at that. So timeout? No, actually, you don't need timeout. You just need to get to the. Nebraska picks up a quick first down. If you're Dana Holgerson, you got to have a play call already because the sticks are moved. The clock's going to start right about now, and you're already ticking. So you got 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. You haven't called a timeout. You're down to 40 seconds by the time this ball is snapped. You got to pick up a big chunk right here. You got to get at least 15 if you're Dylan Raiola. It looks like he went for it, didn't have it open, and you're going to have to call your second timeout. Yep.
Right away.
And
Yeah,
that's exactly
there you
what
go.
they do. I don't know why he got back really quickly thinking that
You burned 10 seconds.
and 1 timeout. Yeah, not very efficient. Yeah, they got to start taking some shots. If I'm Nebraska here, think about this though, Jake. You come away with a field goal here and you go into the half leading, you got to feel really good as a Cornhusker.
Well, you feel
With how poorly you've played.
Especially with how poorly you've played. You feel.
And it's not to say that they're just heads and shoulders above Minnesota, but we'd be lying to ourselves if we said they haven't played their worst
you
half.
certainly do breathe a sigh of relief because you came in here with the expectation that you were going to win this game.
Yeah.
And so far, with the way that you've played up to this point, that doesn't seem very likely to happen. But if you can come in here and at least come away and make this a 9-7 game, then you get the ball to start the second half, you're feeling a lot better, you're breathing a lot easier. You're going into that locker room at halftime with an entirely different attitude than if this is somehow still 7-6.
I agree. But Nebraska's got to finish here. I'm sorry. You got 30 seconds left. You've got to capitalize. You've at least got to come away with 3. And that's exactly what you don't want. Dylan Raiola's got to throw the ball there. I don't know what Dylan was thinking there, but now you just let the clock run out. That's the end of the half.
So
that is the worst way to end the half right there.
At this point, the sack numbers are starting to be just as much on Dylan Raiola as they are on this offensive line.
I would say they're more. I mean, look at this. Now, granted, yes, that guy got absolutely bulldozed into Dylan Raiola, so maybe that one is on the offensive line. I want to look at the stat lines, though. Yeah, Matt Rhule's pissed. I mean, that was one of the worst halves of football I've seen Nebraska play this year.
Terrible. I mean, you're not going to beat anybody doing that.
No, you're not. And with that, halftime comes in. Please stay tuned. We will be right back in 15 minutes to bring you the second half of this Nebraska-Minnesota game. We'll have Rooster chiming in. We'll have Rhule's expert, Uncle Buck, coming back. Woo! And maybe even a few other guests if they can make an appearance. But be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching thus far, and we'll see you in 15 minutes here on Break the Huddle After Dark.
Break the huddle, make the play.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of Break the Huddle After Dark as we break down the Nebraska Cornhuskers, number 25, on the road at the Minnesota Gophers, 4-2. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside senior analyst Jake Weatherly, as we get right into this second half. Jake, I think the storyline in that first half is Minnesota's defense's ability to hold Dylan Raiola in the pocket. He wasn't able to get his feet set. He wasn't able to keep his eyes downfield very much, and they had their way. They've got to protect Raiola. They've got to take what the defense gives them, and they got to get on that board, on that scoreboard with touchdowns in the second half.
Dude, I mean, exactly what I was about to say right here. They put up a graphic right here of a halftime report for Nebraska. It's take what the defense gives you. So far, that is not at all what they've done.
And right off the bat, they don't do it again. And Carson Beck just threw another pick. He obviously, they need to take him out of the game. He doesn't know where he's at.
Oh boy. Looks like Carson Beck might be visiting the ER.
Just got to hope that Haley's not his nurse.
Oh boy.
Well, Nebraska took what the defense gave him, and it brings up a third and short. So very quickly, Dylan hasn't played terrible. He hasn't turned the ball over, but they got to get something going. They have been lackluster in the first half. Dana Holgerson has done a horrible job getting that offense going. They lose their left tackle, Elijah Pritchett, to a targeting call. That was very controversial. We had Uncle Buck, our rules expert, on to break that one down. And now we enter the second half. Big third down early on, a minute into this third quarter. Got to get something going here for Nebraska. You can't get the ball right back.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Minnesota defense has been able to apply.
Just get the first. There you go. Just get the first.
Oh, shifty.
Oh!
And he's still up. Huge play for Nebraska right there to stay ahead of the chains and keep it moving.
Well, so far, Emmett Johnston has been their only offense.
And unfortunately, he's been their only offense.
Also, we have one dislike on the live, so whoever you are, I feel bad.
Yeah.
I want to throw that out there.
Unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what. Right here is where you're seeing the downside of Dylan Raiola's lack of progression. Because, unfortunately, he's been fine, but not much else, You can't... He's been a 10 of 14 for 130 yards.
Mm-hmm.
No touchdowns, no turnovers. That's fine. That's okay. But at the same time, like we just talked about, Evan Johnson's been your only offense, really.
Well, and on the other side, right, you got a guy in Taylor for, Uncle Buck wants to join us. We're not going to let him just yet. There's no place to break down, and I'm a little afraid of what he might say. Uncle Buck, if you're watching, we'll get you on shortly here in the second half. But we don't know how boozed up you are. When I look at the box score, though, right now, time of possession goes to Nebraska, and they're complete. Like, the only offense for Minnesota has been the run game, and it's been that one play. It was a 60-yard run, 50-yard run, something like that.
71-yard run.
70-yard run.
And the time of possession, like you just pointed out, it's been a total flip of what I thought it would be, given who has the lead in this game.
Now we got Rooster wanting to join too. Woo! So I think this is a good time to bring in both people. Let me see if I can set it up real quick, get everyone on at once.
Oh, no.
Give me a second as I don't know how we're going to do this, but give me just a minute, okay? All right, so we got us over here in the big screen. Here's what we'll do. We'll get them in the smaller screen. So we'll bring them in right here in the two corners of our screen if we can. Let's set this one up for guest one.
Well, while he's getting that set up, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you right now what the name of the game has been. It's been the sack total for both of these defenses. 1 sack for the Nebraska defense versus 5 sacks for Minnesota. They've been able to get to Dylan Raiola and affect him in the backfield, and they have not been able to do that to Drake Lindsey on the other side. And that's really been the tale of this game. That's why we're at 7-6, is that the Minnesota Golden Gophers have been disruptive on that line.
Yeah.
And Nebraska has just not been able to replicate that on the other side. And that, to me, explains exactly this difference right here. And it's totally something that I don't think anybody expected.
No.
I actually think everybody expected the exact opposite of something like this.
All right, so let's get Buck in here. And we're going to assign him to guest one. Uncle Buck is joining us live. Rooster, call back in. Rooster, if you're there, you're listening, get back in here. But right now we've got rules expert, Uncle Buck. What are you seeing so far, Uncle Buck, in this second half early on? Obviously, bad for Minnesota to lose another defensive player right away.
Well, I'm watching ugly ass Carson Beck suck again. It's like he's back at Georgia. But
Jeez.
Oh no!
But Louisville fumbled and Miami just scored. I know you're late on this, but Miami's back in the game.
Yeah, big turnover and score for Miami. I think Carson Beck is concussed. Rooster, if you're listening in, join. We need you in here.
I also text you a few Cobras where before this turnover there was a lot of Miami Cobras, and you know how much I like Cobras. Being a rules expert, if there's no Cobra, there's no rules.
You heard it here first. I wish Rooster would call back in. I trying to get him back on here. He was calling in. I should have just accepted him. That's my bad. Rooster, if you can hear me, call back in, man.
Oh boy. And there you go.
Someone just commented based 41798. This confirms that USC is gonna beat Notre Dame. So there you go.
What?
Someone said based on how Louisville is playing against Miami, it just goes to show you that Notre Dame's gonna get beat by USC tomorrow.
Dude,
is what they're saying.
And Dylan Raiola again, just like
WTF. What kind of idiot would comment that?
Jeez.
Oh man. Oh.
Let's see if we get Rooster in here, betting expert for Break the Huddle. Oh, Rooster said, send me the link, Nate.
Let's see right there. Dylan Raiola once again misses on a deep ball. His deep accuracy has got to be at a 60 overall.
Well, look at this. 15 plays in opponent territory, and they haven't even scored a touchdown. Minnesota's had one. And Dylan Raiola is just like on ice skates right now.
There you go. That's the 6th sack of the night for the Minnesota Golden
Holy
Gophers.
crap. And we're here to call a fair game, right? But the reality is, hey, Uncle Buck, guy just commented back, I'm spitting.
Yeah, spitting nonsense. What? What you talking about, bro?
I wonder if it's Aaron. Oh, Notre Dame and USC are the same team, but Notre Dame got a worse offense.
What?
He's spitting. That doesn't sound very cool. What's he spitting from?
Jeez.
Oh, man.
You know it's bad for Nebraska when their best play is celebrating with the punter after he tapped it into the 1 yard line. That's not good. Rooster, we're giving you the link right now. I'm sending it over your way. I just sent it. Someone he just replied back and said, quote, y'all finna see.
Let me tell you something, Based. I got 4 eyes, all right? And if I can't see what you're seeing, then you're delusional. Delulu.
So Rooster should be calling in here very shortly. We'll get him on the line as well, as we've got a packed house tonight. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside senior analyst, as Uncle Buck would say, senior analyst, Jake the Weatherman, rules expert, Uncle Buck, and soon to be guest 2, Rooster's cocky picks, betting expert for Break the Huddle. We'll have him here shortly in a couple of seconds as he should be calling in. We're here live to break down Minnesota versus Nebraska and Louisville. And here comes Rooster. Let's get him in here.
Here he is, coming in
Ladies and
hot.
gentlemen, Rooster's Cocky Picks.
It's all about the you. It's all about the you.
It's all about the you. It's all about the you. Woo!
It's all about the you.
Let go.
Oh, they got a full house there.
Full
Get him.
house up in there.
Yeah! Oh, bro.
We got a full house tonight here at Break the Huddle live after dark as the Louisville Cardinals are driving down the field. Everyone's chiming in from Rooster's Cocky Picks. Rooster, why don't you break it down? Who do we got there?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Miami understands Georgia's pains now. Carson Beck is straight butt cheeks. Haven't been paying much attention to the Nebraska game because, to be quite honest, I'm not too invested in that one right now, considering there's about
Jeez!
$150
Oh!
on the line in this
Oh,
Miami game.
It's Kwong. And co-senior betting expert for Break the Huddle, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Hanoi, Vietnam, Kwong.
There's a lot riding on the line here for Miami tonight, Nate, in this house.
What kind of bets do we have going on a Friday night, Rooster?
Well, my lock of the entire night was Louisville plus 14.5, and that was free money. But then we did make a live bet at halftime. Miami money line. And me and Kwong have about 150 total on this game for Miami money line to come back and clutch up for us. So there's a lot of emotions riding high in this household right now.
Well, we can only imagine what's going on there at Rooster's Cocky Picks. We appreciate you joining in live for the second half of football for the Cornhuskers and Gophers. Again, Nebraska couldn't capitalize. Rooster has blanked out. He should be back here in a second. Big drive for Minnesota right here. You got to get it out of the end zone. And if they get a safety right here, oh my gosh, they almost did.
oh.
But somehow, some way, Darius Taylor.
Dang, Kenny's saying he thinks Georgia's going to win by 21 points tomorrow. It could be.
Local real estate mogul Kenny Whitworth has said that, quote, Georgia will win by 21 tomorrow. What do you think in the chat?
I think that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, but I know one thing. Kenny's got a lot of money on that game.
Kenny's on dope.
What did he say?
Jeez!
Oh!
What did he say? I didn't even hear what he said. What did he
Kenny's on
say?
dope.
I tell you what, he is actually. He takes some of them gummies before bed every night.
Jeez!
And as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, Kenny will sell it.
Boom!
Whoa. Hello.
And we just got a comment. Speaking to Kenny, quote, Georgia by 20, laughing face, laughing face. What do you think, Rooster?
Well, we said 21, so we agree with that. That is funny that he only said 20.
No, he thinks that they're not going to win by 21.
He said by 20, though.
Can we just hurry up and get sponsored by Blue Chew?
Unbelievable.
Rooster, you're going to have to turn down the game. We'll get copywritten.
I'll go on mute.
All right. Yeah, go on mute until you have your thing to say. But right now, we're here live, Break the Huddle. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside senior analyst and a local electrician mogul, Jake the Weatherman. To my right, we got Uncle Buck, rules expert for Break the Huddle, and right down below him, senior betting expert and local real estate mogul, Rooster's Cocky Picks. We got a full house tonight for you guys here on Break the Huddle After Dark. And by the way, I want to reemphasize, this is After Dark. There will be colorful commentary from time to time. If you have kids listening, make sure they're in bed by now because It's a little past their bedtime, anyways.
Minnesota
they
takes
need to grow
themselves
up
out of that
sooner or
hole,
later.
boy.
Oh, wait, what'd you say, Uncle Buck?
They need to grow up sooner or later. They can listen.
Woo!
Them's the rules.
I never thought we'd be sitting here saying that Drake Lindsay is the better quarterback tonight. That is insane. Stat-wise, he's not, but they're just more efficient. And it surprises me that Nebraska's false start for the Minnesota Gophers. You can't have that.
And that is a drive killer right there.
It is. And Rooster, I thought we had someone else calling in. I was like, good gosh, how many... Ladies and gentlemen, Rooster's cocky picks.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Don't know what just happened. We're going to see here in a second. I have an ingrown hair on my lip, and it hurts like hell right now, if you haven't already noticed. Uncle Buck, don't say anything.
He was just about to.
Don't say anything. We'll save that for the after
Nathan,
dark.
Nathan, nice header piece.
Well, thank you, Uncle Buck.
I said
Line
hair piece.
Look at Kwong. Look at Kwong.
Hair piece.
Come on.
What's Kwong doing?
Is he hitting the
Yeah!
phone?
Something just happened. I don't know what happened. What game are you watching?
You know which one they're watching. They just told you earlier.
I think Louisville just hit a big play.
I'm looking at your nice hair piece.
Don't show the screen. Rooster, don't show the screen. We'll get copyright.
I got to flip my camera back around.
Yeah, you got to flip it back around. Flip it upside down and flip it up.
Yeah, that's what Kenny said.
Oh, oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rooster's cocky pick. Got a big slate of games tomorrow. Oh, Base just said, quote, I'm going to sub and come back tomorrow night and talk my ass off. And if they lose, I'm not going to be here at all, but dropping the sub. Appreciate you, Base. Well, we will not be here live tomorrow night, but you're more than welcome to come back to the channel and talk.
Let's go, big dog.
But we will be live here again next Friday night. I believe Uncle Buck is the front runner for my co-host for next Friday. Big game coming up next Friday night. Cal has to travel all the way across to Blacksburg, Virginia, to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies in a 7:30 p.m. matchup on Friday night. And we've seen it every Friday. I know that Cal started off hot. They've kind of taken a dip. So has Virginia Tech. It's looking to be a pretty good game thus far, and Uncle Buck and I are excited to break that one down for you. Jake will be out of town. Rooster blowing us off once again.
Unbelievable.
Ella Langley was just too good to pass up, Nate.
Yeah, listen, we understand priorities, but we also understand payouts when we start getting paid. So it will come out of your commish.
Whenever
I'm riding high for my Trojans. I don't know what Based is talking about there. I don't know if it's USC or an unofficial sponsor of Break the Huddle After Dark.
Let's go with USC.
We'll go with USC, sure.
Yeah.
We appreciate the sub, though, Based.
Let's go with that machine in the bathrooms on the gas station.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
Of course, because he delivers throw.
Oh, yeah. Come on, line up.
I'm question back right now.
What?
Can you show Kwong for the viewers real quick?
Bro, let us false start. What the?
3rd and 13.
Hey, can you show yourself, or can you show Kwong real quick?
Now,
If I do, it'll disconnect me.
you have to.
There you go.
And then I throw, okay? I throw. I'm question back, man.
Line up.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Hanoi Bay, Vietnam, Kwong.
All right. Can you do Malachi, Tony?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, CJ Daniel.
I'm ready.
All right, get CJ Daniel. I'm totally do CJ Daniel, okay?
All right.
right, fake something, jump. Okay.
Kwong, do you want to say anything to our viewers? We got some viewers.
I got it. Go.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes, 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 yes.
CJ Daniel.
Oh, shit.
Daniel.
CJ.
Well, they're
I think
watching
Kwong just got laid.
close to it. Needs to get some blue chew first.
Bro, what is that?
We lost the light too.
I don't want 2 yards.
Unbelievable.
I like this live though. It's fun this way. And
It's
then
fun, yeah.
we got another sub.
Come on.
Oh,
Dude, Drake
Line
means
up,
he's
line up,
got
line
one
up.
up on this drive right here.
I'm gonna hand it to you.
All right, I'm Fletcher. I'm Fletcher.
Wait. Wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Quan, do you
That
want to
sounds
say
like a
anything in
happy ending to me.
Quan, do you want to say anything in Vietnamese to our Vietnamese listeners out there?
Do
Well,
what?
it sounds like he got a happy ending.
Well, I'll tell you this much. We're gonna see if this kick. Hey, Uncle Buck, this is what you've been dreaming of. Can we get a kicker laid?
What game are we watching?
Well, right now we're watching Miami Louisville because it's 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they're driving down the field in hopes to either score a touchdown or win the game.
Okay,
I mean,
We're
I'm
watching
sorry.
Miami Louisville because me and Quan changed the tone as soon as we stepped on camera, baby.
Now, I just want to let the viewers know we are still live, breaking down Minnesota versus Nebraska. We appreciate everyone joining thus far. We got
hey
5 listeners.
Rooster, I just want to know what you and Kwong are doing over there.
He can't see you, Rooster. We can see you both, but he can't see you.
You can see us lining up running the plays, right?
No, he can't see anyone except for me.
I bet you're running the plays.
Why you
So
think we
what
got
you're
so many
saying
first
is,
downs just now?
Rooster, y'all were playing with each other?
Well, if you consider it like that, there's 22 men that play with each other every day on the football field.
I don't know if it's exactly the same thing.
Jeez.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Woo! This is what we live for, baby. I tell you what, boy. Yeah, doggy.
Well, listen, guys. Friday night, we're getting exactly what we wish for. 1-point game in Minnesota, Nebraska, and a 3-point game with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter with Louisville versus Miami. I know we're kind of going back and forth, and I apologize to the viewers for that. But at the same time, I don't, because listen, this is a multi-game night. I mean, it is what it is. Miami started out slow. They made their way back. They got a chance to win this game. And then on the other side, Nebraska can't do anything. They can't do anything, but neither can Minnesota. It's like the molasses bowl is what I would call it. That's what I'd call it if I had to call it a ball game, the molasses bowl. This has been the worst, or the concrete bowl, because it looks like every player on that field has concrete on their feet.
Hey, Nate, let's stick with the Miami game until it ends.
Okay.
Because we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot of shackers. We're going to see a lot of cobras, and you're going to need my input on some rules just a little bit.
That's genius.
That is very true. We just lost another viewer, but that's okay. Well, Minnesota's got the ball, and it looks like it's going to be a third, and he's still going. And it looks like they're going to blow it dead. They get back to the line of scrimmage. So we've been watching this game all night long for Minnesota, Nebraska. It has been atrocious. It's been a good game, but no, it hasn't. It depends. If you like offense, it has not been. If you like defense, it's been one hell of a game. There is Nawan Neary. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I just give up at this point.
There's player N.
Well, I got him pronounced as NW. Williams Nawari. That's what I'm going to call him. Nawarni.
Pinot
Big-
Noir.
Big third down right here for the Gophers. Can they execute? And they can't.
Oh.
And they don't hold. Wow. Great coverage. So they hold them to a 3 and out. Bill Belichick coming up next.
That is
Here we
not
go,
a
here we
3 and
go.
out. They just drove down the field.
Mute yourself. Mute. Thank you. So Minnesota gets held to a 3 and out. Here goes Carson Beck on the other screen trying to drive down the field and win this game. They get the ball to Tony. He gets tackled short of the first down. It's going to bring up a
going for it, 4th and 3.
wow in their own territory, and it's covered pretty dang good. Can they execute?
It's not.
That is not interference.
It's not in their own territory.
That is
Nebraska.
BS. You're right. My bad. I'm sorry. Let's bring in our rules expert for this one right here, Uncle Buck. As you break down this pass interference right here or defensive holding, what do you see?
Being that they're playing at Minnesota and the refs don't want to get their ass kicked, it was holding.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
All the fans see it. All the Golden Gophers see it.
That's
Well.
right. But if you want to see a Gopher head spin, it's holding.
And now it's 1st and 10 for the Golden Gophers.
Now, Carson Beck just can't get anything going downfield. And they're just moseying around. I don't know why. They got a minute to go, and they're acting like they're ahead in this game.
That's Carson Beck. He's got the G on his helmet today.
Jeez.
Well, we all know that as soon as you have a G on your helmet, shirt, or hat, or you work for that organization at all, you all of a sudden have zero clue how to evaluate the quarterback position.
Well, you know what's crazy is 2 former Georgia quarterbacks are playing right now.
Is that so?
Dylan Raiola is a commit, and Carson Beck as a Miami Hurricane.
And neither of them are doing it with the G on their helmet.
No. Both are losing too, by the way. So maybe they are good at evaluating talent. We're down to 1 viewer right now.
We are going to have a kicker situation coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Drake Lindsay throws an absolute dot, dropping it in the bucket for a touchdown to put Minnesota up
Santa
13-6.
Maria.
Holy crap! The band is playing. Drake Lindsay is pulling it out.
And the Gopher is helicoptering his head.
Oh,
Where's
Is
the
it really?
Gopher? Where's the Gopher? That's what we've been waiting on all night. Where's the Gopher helicoptering his camera or his head?
what a throw!
Brockington. I mean, that was a guy.
What a catch! What a play!
Maybe he does it after the field goal. So now Minnesota drives down the field, scores. On the other hand, it looks like Miami's going to have to settle for a field goal. Try to tie it. So we're going to see if the kicker gets a handy or not.
And no Gopher spin.
That is
The only
ridiculous.
reason I'm watching the game. This is the only reason I'm watching the game.
Yeah, if you're a Minnesota fan and you're in the chat, give us a comment down below. Did they stop doing the Gopher head spin, or is this really bad coverage by Fox?
And I'll tell you what, if you got a chance to check out Break the Huddle's video on this game right here, Nebraska, Minnesota, then you're loving this right now because, my God, both you, Nate, and Brad were so wrong about Drake Lindsay.
Hang on,
Drake
mute
Lindsay
yourself.
has been the reason why Minnesota is in this game. I mean, my God, like, he absolutely dotted Nebraska up on that drive to put them up 14-6 right there. Like, he was incredible.
No, I saw it, but I don't understand why they ran the same play 4 or 5 times in a row. This has to be the worst. I mean, at some point, we were expecting Mario Cristobal to break down in his play calling like he did against Georgia Tech. Shackers and Cobras all around in that stadium right now. I don't know why you make. I mean, this is the same exact freaking play that you've called.
Ball game. Miami just lost, boys.
And the receiver wasn't even looking.
Down goes Miami. That changes the whole landscape of the playoff right there. And what a catch.
Very clearly a catch.
Wow. Here's the part that pisses me off, and I'm going to say this real quick about Miami. You've got 24 fucking seconds to go in the game, and pardon my French, but we got one viewer at this point. I don't give a damn, and I'm pretty sure it's me on my own laptop. Okay? How the hell, if you're going to friggin' try to win the game with throwing the ball, why the hell are you throwing a 5-yard, 2-yard out? Who the hell do you think you are? Go down the field. You got the fastest receiver in all college football and Canary Tony or whatever the hell his name is, and you're not throwing a deep shot to him? Are you kidding me? What a joke.
They wanted to get the kicker laid. They just wanted a few yards.
No, they're already in field goal range. I don't give a damn. That was terrible management by that coaching staff, and they need to go into that locker room tonight and reevaluate who they are. That
Sounds
is
like you picked Miami, Nate.
No, we didn't pick that game.
Oh.
But I don't understand why you're throwing in a 2-yard out route with 24 seconds to go or 34 seconds to go in the game, and you're not trying to kick a field goal? Are you shitting me?
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is exactly why you do not evaluate where a program or a team is in weeks 1, 2,
What?
3,
What?
4.
What?
Because here we are in mid-season, and we're shaking things up a little bit. And this isn't the only example. There's plenty of other teams that a lot of people had a lot of different things to say about in past weeks that now their tune is changing. So I don't know. I mean, even myself, I thought Miami was one of the best teams in the country. And maybe they still are, and this was just a bad game, a crap game, but it at least is called into question after this performance tonight.
And Miller Mott's back on the national stage too, by the way.
Well, Nate, I gained a lot of heat for this saying it last week, but the ACC championship is going to be Virginia and Georgia Tech.
I told you that at halftime. I said, what if it ends up being that?
It could
I
very
gained a
well
lot of
be.
heat for it. I've said it 2 weeks in a row, and people have said I'm delusional, but that's the ACC championship right there, folks.
I just, I understand it's a Friday night game, and give credit to Louisville. They came out and played their butts off. They really did. I don't know what Dylan Raiola is doing.
I don't think Dylan Raiola
Raiola's
knows
too
what he's
busy
doing.
trying to be like Mahomes instead of actually playing football.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, boy.
Even after that play right there, he's still doing the whole, this number right here. Like, bro, what are you doing? Who are you talking to?
Well, we're going to see really quickly here in the last 2 minutes of this third quarter who Dylan is. We've probably already seen who he is, to be honest with you.
Well, I can tell you who he's not.
No.
Pat.
Miller Moss.
Pat Mahomes.
Dude, why do they...
And there he goes, down again.
If you're a Nebraska fan, you've got to be absolutely pissed off by the way these players are playing. Lousy. You got 2 guys on a crossing route, and they quit running. And now the head coach can't even talk to his player because his damn headset goes out. What are we doing?
How many people are listening to it?
These guys, they just simply can't get it together.
They've had
Tell us how you really feel, Nate.
Wow. Oh my God. Absolutely bullied. That was incredible. That's what, the 7th or 8th sack by Minnesota this game?
Well, I'll tell you this much. Dylan Raiola is getting spanked like a baboon right now. I mean, this is awful.
Oh.
Look at that boy. I mean, he just made Emmett Johnston his you-know-what. I'm not going to say it on camera, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now Nebraska settles for another 3 and out with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, and I am just shell shocked right now.
I can tell you who's not shell shocked.
Minnesota.
Jake Weatherman.
I love how with Bill Belichick they're putting up his NFL record. That's never a good sign.
Hold on. What else are they gonna put up?
His losing record
From what?
this year.
How many games has he coached?
5.
Yeah,
Still sucks.
it does, but what, like, yeah, they're not gonna put up like his record from his first season when he's only coached 5 games.
I would.
That's not relevant to Bill Belichick.
I mean, it kind of
He hasn't
is.
brought in his own players either.
That's true.
No, it's not.
What are we doing? You know the ball's coming a mile away. Stevie Wonder could have caught that. And yet Guthrie just moseys his way to make the tackle, barely makes the tackle. And now Minnesota's freaking zapped. It's the fourth quarter, and they're up by 8, not 7. They're up by 8 entering the fourth quarter right here.
And they're fired up too. They're ready to go. They're ready to put this game on ice as we're heading into the fourth quarter right here.
I'll tell you this much. PJ Fleck might be friends with Snow White by the time this game's over.
I can tell you this right here. Matt Rhule, if he was considering taking the Penn State job, might have just lost it.
I wouldn't go that far because it is a Friday night game. I mean, that's like saying, well, Mario Cristobal just lost his chance to go to the championship game. I don't agree
Mario
with
Cristobal wasn't trying to go somewhere else.
No.
He wasn't trying to make an upward move.
But we don't know that about Matt Rhule either. We can't speculate.
Well, if he was, I think we can absolutely speculate that if you're going to lose a game like this in this way, like it would be one thing if you lost a close game or whatever, but if you're going to lose like this, they don't want you.
I disagree, but
how?
I think you got a better offensive line at Penn State, and that's been the problem for Dylan Raiola tonight. Say what you want about his ability to play in the pocket, and I do agree he's looked awful in the pocket. I think you're getting destroyed. I mean, you're getting spanked like a baboon. You don't even have time to hike the ball before some guy's hitting you. And I'm not saying it's all on the offensive line. I'm not saying it's all on Dylan Raiola, but the combination of the two has been awful tonight. Awful.
So you're saying it's a combination of bad things?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So does that not come down to coaching?
To an extent, but Dylan Raiola
not to an extent entirely. If it was one thing that was really, really bad, then maybe you could blame it on that. But if it's a combination of a bunch of different things all over the field that are going wrong, that is 100% on coaching.
So what you're saying is, based on coaching, he shouldn't get hired at Penn State after this game.
I'm saying that I don't know. I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't. I'm saying that the people at Penn State are probably not going to hire him based on how this game is going.
So do you think Miami's going to fire Mario Cristobal based on how that?
It's not at all the same situation, so no.
Okay. Just wanted to ask.
Matt Rhule is speculated to be going somewhere else, which definitely would be a step up. Mario Cristobal is not going anywhere else.
Might. According to your logic, he might get fired tonight.
That's not that logic at all. No. Do you not understand the difference there?
I
One
do.
guy is leading a championship team who's been staying there for a few years and has no plans or no speculation to go anywhere else. The other guy has been building a program up from nothing and has a lot of speculation to go to a significantly better program.
Sure.
So yes, it is very, very different when you lose to a team that you shouldn't lose to. And also, it's very, very different when you lose 24-21 versus potentially 21-6.
Well, let's see what Rooster has to say on this, ladies and gentlemen. Betting expert for Break the Huddle, Rooster.
By retracing his final footsteps in a 5K to pay tribute to his memory.
Rooster, what do you think? After tonight's performance by Matt Rhule in Nebraska, do you think it
Well,
hurts
Nate, me and Kwong here, we realized it's an upset kind of night, so we just took North Carolina money line.
Live bets and Roosters cocky picks. You heard it here live.
Genius.
I
Bill
mean, it's an
Belichick.
upset kind of night, Nate.
It is. It's been wild. Listen, it's been like that every Friday, it seems like. I mean, yeah, last Friday went the way it was supposed
Oh
to.
God. And
Nebraska sucks so much, man. How are you losing to Minnesota 14-6, bro?
Again, I'm not going to judge them based on tonight. And the only reason I say that is because of Friday night games. We said that from the beginning, right? Like,
Nate and
give,
Brad don't know ball. They don't know Lonzo Ball. They all
yeah,
pick
whatever.
Nebraska.
Scoreboard.
The
Anyways,
scoreboard has them losing, though.
Nebraska is the better team in this game. It's Friday. It's on the road. I think if this is at Nebraska, it's a different story. And I'm not going to make excuses. They played a horrible game tonight,
well,
but it's a Friday night game,
remember
a
what
short week on the road.
remember what the sport is. It's college football. History matters. And in this matchup, Minnesota's what, 5-0?
Yeah, they've won.
And also, Minnesota at home is undefeated this season. Like all four of their wins are at home. They're 4-0 at home, and here they are at home again, about to win. So it's like neither of those things have really been talked about a lot as points of being in favor of Minnesota, and yet we're sitting here being, oh yeah,
Bro, what are you doing, man? What the?
Our TV's behind.
How I could do
oh
better than
no,
that,
That is
DB. What the?
terrible pass interference.
oh
He
He
no.
was
won't
just
even.
throwing the ball away. What are you doing, man?
I don't understand how that's pass interference. Gio Lopez starting tonight for the Tar Heels, by the way, Rooster. First start since September 20th. These refs are terrible. That's another thing that we don't want to get into right now. Just officiating college football. I mean, the guy didn't even have a chance of catching that ball.
Well, as you mentioned, the referees. Think the referees tried everything they could to give Miami the game, and Miami still couldn't come away with it.
I'm telling you, Friday night game. Listen, and I think we can all agree upon this. If you're a top team in college football, why in the hell are you ever scheduling a game on Friday night? Why? That I would say, you know what? No, we're not doing that, and I will pay millions of dollars not to schedule.
When's the last time a team like Alabama or Georgia played on a Friday night?
I don't think they've ever played on a Friday night.
Georgia played on a
Interesting.
Friday night last year.
Okay, but outside of things like Black Friday, that's a given. That's every year.
That was the first year Georgia played on Friday against Georgia Tech.
No, but what I'm saying is like big time teams do play on Black Friday night. Like that happens every year. I'm talking about like middle of the year, like week 5, week 6, week 7. We're in week 8 now, but
If last year was the first time Georgia has played on a Friday night, that would prove the point that we're trying to make even further. That like a teams like the typical teams you see at the top, like Georgia and Alabama, don't typically play on Friday nights. Which is probably a huge reason why they're your usual suspects at the top, you know?
Drake Lindsay, oh, that guy should have caught the ball. Smith should have caught the ball there.
Be careful what you're about to say there, brother, because you didn't really watch a whole lot of that last touchdown drive, and he was on fire.
He was.
He's been
Bro,
amazing
Nebraska
most of this game.
sucks, man. Like, how do you do this?
Well, put yourself on mute.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I don't understand. I don't understand why. We said this from the very opening drive, Jake. Why are they not stacking the box? Like
Because
you should have 11. Lindsey, I understand he played good that last drive. He's not a world beater.
but he's played well all game, and by the way,
That should have been a hold, by the way.
he's actually played well all game, and here's something that y'all haven't mentioned. Drake Lindsay is a freshman.
Redshirt freshman.
Okay, great. Still,
We lost Rooster.
whoop-de-doo. He's a red shirt. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Is he?
Do what?
He's not supposed to be a world beater. He's not supposed to be. So this idea that like we're holding it against him, that like, no, he's been fine. He's been okay. And actually in this game, he's been more than okay. He's been playing well enough to win. And not just
Who said their
win,
quarterback was bad?
these two fellas.
I didn't say he was bad. I just said he wasn't a world beater. Like he's not going to be the type of quarterback where you have to worry about him dropping back and throwing it 60 yards.
But the
I mean, he's a
strength of their
quarterback that's not
offense
going to
has
lose
been
you the
their
game, but he's
passing
not going to
game.
win you the game, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Do what now?
I said he's not a quarterback that's going to win it for you, but he's not one that's going to lose it for you, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And yet tonight, he's been the quarterback to win the game for them. Like these past 2 touchdown drives have been all him.
You know what? I feel bad, and I'm not saying that Nebraska defense has played good by any means, but Dylan Raiola and that offense and their inability to move the ball down the field consistently has really put Nebraska's defense in such a tough situation.
Well, they've been on the field too long.
They've been on the field way too long.
And backpedaling the whole time, too.
Oh, Shackers. Why did I not go to Cal?
1,500 red-blooded Americans just decided to apply to Cal.
What channel's that on?
Yes. ESPN.
And there he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, rules expert and Shacker analyst, Uncle Buck.
Genius.
We'll get his take here in a minute.
Yeah, don't call your daughter a shepherd.
Brilliant take. Brilliant take.
No longer a Shacker, though. I officiated that wedding.
Genius.
Yes.
Hopefully they sent in their paperwork, though. I signed it. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, a man of many coats, host and CEO of Break the Huddle, ordained minister, legally ordained in the state of Georgia and California to officiate weddings, and a marketing mogul.
Nate.
And a marketing mogul. And just like that, you can get a dollop with daisies.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Kitty got a dollop earlier.
Rooster, are you there?
Do what?
Someone just liked the live. I don't know who it is.
What happened?
Someone's liking the live.
What'd you say?
Say again, Uncle Buck.
I said Kenny got a dollop earlier.
About what?
A dollop of Daisy.
Oh my God.
He calls this thing Daisy.
Ladies and gentlemen, rules expert for Break the Huddle, Uncle Buck, and betting expert for Break the Huddle, Rooster's cocky.
Man. I will tell you what, though. You listen to just about anybody talk about UNC, you would never guess that they've actually managed to win 2 games.
Maybe we get the Tar Pick podcast on here.
The way everybody talks about UNC nowadays, you would think that they've managed to, even at this early point in the season, already lose like 20 games, which would just be impossible. But that would be your impression if you heard literally anybody talk about the state of that program right now.
Why are we running the ball? Oh, he already fumbled it on the first play. We're going to see a bunch of Shackers in the crowd.
Nebraska's got to get something going here. I mean,
That ball's
Nebraska
out,
fumble.
Rooster. Let's bring in our rules expert, Uncle
I
Buck. What do
mean,
you?
are we really? Jake said you'd be surprised they win 2 games. Are we really considering Charlotte and Richmond like impressive games?
I didn't say
Hey,
they were
Rooster,
impressive, but they are still 2 wins, sir.
Here,
I
hey,
we
can
Uncle
got
go
a
Buck.
pick
rule.
up. I can go
We
pick
got a
up 20
rules
players from
expert.
the Athens area to field
Hang
better
on, Rooster.
rosters than
Rules
those
expert, Uncle
teams.
Buck.
Well, based on the North Carolina Cobras in the audience, it is a fumble.
Gee.
As they're breaking this play down in Break the Huddle operations center out in Texas, what are you seeing on this fumble?
Bro,
Well,
how do you drop that?
Hang on,
I
Rooster.
saw the ball. I saw the ball come out, and I saw a faint hint of some
Bro,
Cobras
Nebraska
from blue and
sucks,
white in the
man.
stand. So I think
He did drop him.
the Cobras say it all. So I have to confirm it's a fumble based on the Cobras.
And to Rooster's point, it was good defense on Minnesota, but they
That
dropped
was
them.
not good defense.
Actually, yeah,
Cobras
that's fair.
never lie. Cobras never lie.
Matt Rhule will be the Penn State head coach by the end of the month.
Boom! Told you, Jake.
Not after this game.
Hey, Dylan, why don't you throw a block? There you go. Get your guy tackled for 2. Idiot. I'm letting my personal bet come into play, so I'm gonna hold off.
Like, it'd be one thing if you're Nebraska and you lost to this Minnesota team like 24-21, like the other game.
Oh, there goes Cal.
You're getting embarrassed.
I will sit here and as Brad likes to say, shout out Brad. I will eat my crow. This has been a disaster from start to finish. If you're the Nebraska Cornhuskers, this is oh my gosh.
And that's, I mean, they've got to be getting close to what, like 10 sacks now?
So tell me this, Dylan. In the press in the post game, let me ask you this, Dylan. Nathan Johnston here from Break the Huddle. What made you slide when literally the edges were coming around to you? Pause. You had a chance to step up, and instead you fall down. The one play when you
How is
actually
North
need
Carolina's rushing defense so bad?
again, Rooster. We're not focused on that game. How did he catch that?
Unbelievable.
Well, Cal's about to score. We might see some Shackers. We're going to bring in our Shacker analyst, Uncle Buck, here in a second. Oh, his legs got bent like a pretzel. That looked like it hurt. Like, I'm not kidding.
It probably did.
Gosh, I would hate. That's the one thing I would hate about playing football is getting rolled up like that. I think I could take the hits. I think the worst part of getting be rolled up, not knowing if your leg's going to come out.
Have a 300-pound
Yeah.
jack.
Like, what's his name the other day in the NFL? Who was that? Like, literally just got his leg snapped in half.
Oh, I don't know.
A lot of them.
All of them.
There goes the freshman quarterback. He's definitely going to transfer next year. I'm just curious to see where he goes. All right, let's bring in our Shacker analyst right now. Uncle Buck, what are you saying?
Well, not many Shackers. I'm not seeing any gopher head spin. I've seen a few Cobras. I'm trying to get my TV on double screen so I can see both the TVs. And all I'm seeing is the Cal North Carolina game on both screens. So I'm pissed off.
Did you hear him say he's pissed off?
Yeah.
I would be too, Uncle Buck. I would be too. Now, This is a good game to watch because Uncle Buck and I will be breaking it down for everyone live next Friday as the Cal Golden Bears take on the Virginia Tech Hokies next Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Blacksburg, Virginia. Jake will be out of town for that week. Rooster, we don't know where he'll be. He's blowing us off again and still thinks he's getting commish off of this live. So shout out to Rooster. Glad he's choosing the concert over potential money in the future.
What concert is he going to? Taylor Swift?
He's going to the Nicki Minaj concert.
Oh, Lord.
The Jonas Brothers.
He's going to see Back Streets Back. All right.
Maybe he's going to see Big Time Rush.
He ain't that cool.
Big Time Rush actually came in town a couple months ago to Alpharetta.
Genius.
Played in a nice little venue. Didn't make it. Should have made it. Probably would have gotten me some brownie points.
Yeah.
But you know what? You win some, you lose some.
Maybe you do.
How's things going over there, Rooster? Is Vietnam still representing?
Do what?
Is Kwong still there?
Yeah,
What's he doing?
we're kind of depressed.
Why? What's going on?
Miami took the L.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, I'm kind of depressed myself because usually on Friday nights I'm starting off 1-0, and Nebraska has absolutely disappointed me.
Nebraska sucks, man. They're so bad.
I think
Like,
you
how
could
are they
put that
ranked?
kid in and he'd do just as good. Oh my gosh!
I don't think it's a
Minnesota's
case.
not really good, bro.
I don't.
Hey, Nebraska, guess what? They're gonna run the ball.
I don't know. I totally disagree with that. I think Minnesota's a lot better than people give them credit
This game's
for.
almost over. Who's gonna get you?
You.
What?
Press not me.
37 rushing yards is atrocious. Atrocious. And credit to Minnesota. They wanted to control the clock and control time of possession, and that's exactly what they've done. That was their key to victory, and they've accomplished it.
And they've ran the ball very, very effectively. 2 of their 3 touchdowns have come by way of rushing.
Offsides on the defense. Costly mistake. He's celebrating, but he doesn't know he's offsides, idiot.
Stupid.
Oh, jeez.
Take him out.
Oh, man.
And I think that's a good opportunity for us to take a look at the upcoming schedules for these two teams because this game is pretty much over. Ahead for Nebraska, not an easy road. You get Northwestern at home next week, followed by USC at home. Then they go on the road all the way to UCLA. They come back and they got to go on the road again to Penn State and finish off the year on the day after Thanksgiving, I believe, Friday the 28th, home against Iowa. So, listen, we came into this game thinking, hey, if Nebraska can win this game, they've got a lot of momentum moving forward. Now they got to look themselves in the mirror and say, what are we going to do the rest of this year? Because in a lot of ways, they can still finish out just as strong as they want to. Let's not act like Nebraska still can't go on to win 9 games.
That guy's so depressed.
Hang on, Rooster. Why don't you mute yourself, buddy? I'll mute you. There you go. Let's not act like Nebraska doesn't have a full slate of games ahead of themselves to win 8-9 games, which in my opinion would be a success. I know they're sad about tonight, and I would be too. In fact, I am. I picked them, and I'm pissed. But I'm not going to let my personal vendetta get to me in this call. Let's look at the Minnesota's future for the rest of the year. If they can keep this run attack going, which has been lackluster this year, they're going to have their way. They got to go on the road next week at Iowa. Then they get Michigan State at home. They got a brutal one at Oregon on the 14th, at Northwestern. They finish off the year on Saturday after Thanksgiving home versus Wisconsin. So I think if you're both of these teams, you got to be hoping for 8-9 wins. What do you think, Jake?
I believe that that's the best case scenario for both of these teams as of right now.
And would you be, if you're a Nebraska fan, I know you're upset about tonight. Do you feel pretty good, though, still moving forward?
I mean, not really, actually, with the rest of my schedule. I don't feel good. I feel bad. I feel kind of sick, actually, because this was a team that we were supposed to come in and do some work against. And then not only that, but there's rumors and speculation that my coach is going to go somewhere else. And
Well, I guess the good news is you don't got to worry about that now. If everything plays out like you say it will.
I mean, I think it will, but still, it's the fact that the rumors are out there. I don't like that. I don't like the speculation. I don't like the talk and the chatter.
That's part of the reason for the type of play that's going on right now, I think.
Yeah.
I agree. And I said that before the game. I said that in the preview. If you go back and watch the preview, I said this is an important game for Matt Rhule because this shows if you're truly still 100% in it. And by this game, you're not.
Well,
you can't.
I think the players have kind of played off that as well.
Oh, yeah, because in modern day, they hear it. They know about it. And I think he's told them deep down, hey, guys, I'm seriously considering this. Because he said on Pat McAfee's show a couple days ago that he's being very transparent with them. He said the biggest thing is you got to tell them the truth because they're going to find out one way or another. And I think he told them, hey, I'm very seriously considering this job.
And they're saying,
you can't blame him.
Not anymore because we're going to suck today.
You can't blame them for looking to that job. I've said that time and time again as well. Like when mom calls, you go home. Like that's just the reality. That's what Kirby did. That's what a lot of other coaches have done. That's what Rich Rodriguez did. Going back to West Virginia, like when mom calls, you go home.
Yeah, I'll go back to the point that I made earlier. It's one thing if you lose this in a close one. It's a whole nother thing if you lose a game you were supposed to win by a touchdown and you get absolutely dominated and run over.
Yeah, the score's not high, but the score doesn't represent how badly Nebraska's played.
They've been dominated on all
cylinders.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, what surprised me even more, and then we'll turn it over to you, Uncle Buck. What surprised me even more is the fact that they haven't scored a touchdown. Like you said, Jake, it'd be one thing if they lost in a close one. The fact to me, even if they get blown out, the fact that they haven't even scored a touchdown and you've had what? Over 15, 16 plays in the opposing team's territory, that speaks volumes to me. When I said going into halftime, I was like, the story of the night might be Nebraska's inability to finish in the red zone, and that's exactly what's happening.
Why I say what I said to you earlier. It's not just because they lost; it's how they lost.
Yeah, and there's still 5 minutes to go, right? They got one timeout, but maybe they go down the field, they score a touchdown. The
fans' faces they're showing tells you the whole story.
Yeah, it's been bad. Also, do you think maybe the new uniforms threw it off a little bit? The new helmets made them a little bit weaker?
Nope.
I mean, I know it's for a strong cause, and I'm wearing my pink watch, but
nope.
What do you think, Uncle Buck, rules analyst?
Well, don't ever bet against a Gopher on a Friday night that could spin his freaking head 360 degrees.
Absolutely genius.
I'm sorry, you don't.
You just can't.
You know what? A Friday night, a Gopher that spins his head around like he's freaking Sybil or The Exorcist during October. Think about that. Halloween season.
If it was September, we'd be
Spinning
talking
your head.
different. I see where you're coming from, and I can't blame you. Now, I would really like to see Jake tonight in that boat in the pool rowing his way.
In a Speedo?
In the Break the Huddle Speedo.
In the Break the Huddle Speedo once we get to 1,000 subs. Which, by the way, as currently stands, we are at 711 subscribers. Woo! As bad as this game has been tonight, we genuinely, truly appreciate all the support we've received. Never thought we'd get this far. I've been working really hard day in, day out, outside of my full-time job to grow this channel, and I sincerely appreciate all the support. Uncle Buck, Jake coming to live stream, Rooster, as much crap as I give him, Brad, all the support that I've gotten. I genuinely cannot thank y'all enough for pushing me to do better, to be better. And we're on our way to 1,000. We're going to get there. We made it this far. We're not stopping.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. And by the
That's a-
way, Nate, can I give you props on that nice hairpiece you got?
Shout out Thomas. I've been seeing him. Same haircut stylist for 20 years. He's been cutting my hair since I was 8 years old. And I'll be damned if I let anyone else cut my hair.
No, that's the best hairpiece I've ever seen.
So let's give a shout out to Thomas.
I was actually talking about your header piece.
Listen, not everyone can have luscious locks like I do.
Yeah, sure.
I'm talking about the one on your lip.
Well, you know, we got some triple antibiotic ointment for that thing, and we should be good to go by Sunday. Also, I
There
just
you
want to look
go.
ahead tomorrow. I want to get Uncle Buck's take on this because this is going to be one of his favorite games tomorrow. Boney plays at home versus SMU. SMU has not necessarily been as good as we thought they were going to be this year, but they're not terrible. They sit, 3-3 right now, I believe. What do you expect to see from that game at Clemson tomorrow with Boney?
Well, they are playing a Texas team, right?
Yeah.
Boney is from Texas, right?
Yep. Westlake High School.
And his mom is from John Marshall High School in San Antonio, Texas.
Yep.
A friend of mine. I think Boney will survive, but I think it will be about a 7 to 10 point margin.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
What do you think, Jake?
I gotta say, I don't really have anything else to add to that. I kind of agree with Uncle Buck's analyst there.
Oh, by the way, my fissure's doing much better.
That's what we like to hear.
Shout out to the doctor taking care of that.
Unbelievable, bro.
Well,
Shout out to my probiotics. By the way, Flora Store, Gas and Bloat. They could be a new sponsor.
We love it.
you used it earlier.
We love
I mean,
it.
and we got a comment. We got a comment from one of our biggest fans and subscribers, Marley. Shout out Marley. She said, "Quote: Shout out Thomas. I'm the same way with my hairdresser."
God, I hope not. That's my lovely lady, so I really hope you're not the same way based on what we were talking about.
Oh, what? She's got.
That would
Are you
that
saying
would that would be
she's
real
got
bad
headpiece
news.
too?
That would
She's
be
got a
bad.
headpiece.
That would be bad news bears. That would just ooh.
Marley's got a good headpiece.
I sure as hell hope not. Oh God.
Looks like Jake's gonna have to have a conversation with her when they get home.
I tell you what, we're gonna have to have one of them midnight talks that just never ends well and probably ends with someone in jail.
Whoa, jeez.
Whoa, hello.
Easy.
Just kidding, Marley. Just kidding. Oh, this has been atrocious to watch. She said, "Quote: No way. I meant I will never let anyone else cut my hair."
Oh, okay. All right. So she says.
Oh, by the way, shout out. I cut my own hair. I just bought a new Braun trimmer. Braun could be a new sponsor of your show. Braun Trimmer.
Woo!
Make yourself a good. Give yourself a good. Give yourself a good headpiece.
Well, here goes Nebraska. They're driving with 1:40. I wish they would have done this a lot sooner. Oh, I'm sorry. 4 minutes and 33. They threw me off. That whoever was running the clock there messed it up.
And there you go. Dylan Raiola will do what he usually does, get him some garbage time yards.
Yep.
This is bad.
I mean, come on. 18 points with 4 minutes to
Yeah.
go.
And no timeouts. And all they could do is throw a screenplay. If I'm Nebraska, you have got to win next week against Northwestern. There is absolutely no excuse. That's not what you want to see from the Gophers late in this one.
Oh, boy.
Let's take a look at the lineups again. Let's see who's down for the Minnesota Gophers on the Minnesota defense. That's going to be number 6, Maverick. Big time right inside linebacker. Let's see what happens here. Goes in for the tackle and oh. What happened? Did he get his hand jammed?
Looks like it's something to do with his hand.
He's going to be all right. Let's go back to Uncle Buck, rules analyst.
Yeah, quick shout out to Alto's Tequila, a new sponsor.
Whoa, jeez. Can't be doing that, Uncle Buck. We had to mute you for a second. There can be no booze advertised on YouTube. We got to cut you off there. Jeez.
But don't worry, no one's cutting you off for real.
Woo!
My bad.
No, you're good. You know, you gotta, and there goes Emmett Johnston, their only offense, and he really is their only offense. It's been so bad. This has been brutal to watch. I hate it for the Nebraska fans because, listen, we talked about this one early in the week, and Nebraska fans were excited. And I agree with you. I think if they had lost in a close one, like we're used to seeing, but like this isn't even close.
This was just domination.
Jeez, what was that?
See, the thing about it,
And that might be the best thing that could have happened for Nebraska, honestly. Get him out.
and it looks like Dylan Raiola is hopping around a little awkwardly there.
Oh, that hurts.
He's fine, but that does feel
Why are they not going down the field?
because they can't.
That's the $1 million question. They've had 8 sacks tonight. That is awful. What in the world?
But here's the thing.
Kick a field goal. Get something.
More than half of those sacks have been Dylan's fault.
Oh, 1,000%. It has been awful. Awful. I'm leaned back in my chair. You might not be able to see me completely, just like you couldn't see.
Oh!
And he's ahead, so something just happened. Also, I didn't realize Dylan Raiola was Polynesian. I thought he was Hispanic.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
not
know,
a cobra.
man.
What the hell is that?
What are we doing? 4th and 1, and you're going to run the ball? Are you shitting me? What are we doing?
And that seals the deal right there.
Oh,
This
what
guy
is
does
that?
This guy does a cobra on his face.
No, that's the Batman.
Wow. And there you go. Nebraska will go down.
Or Scarface, one of the two. Whatever that guy's name is. This is bad.
Isn't that crazy that USF is officially a higher ranked team and just an overall better team than Nebraska is?
Well,
You know what? You got to give it up to the Minnesota defense. They did great.
well, I mean, not to bring this up in conversation, but let's be real. If Matt Rhule does go to Penn State, why not try to go get the USF head coach? I don't think you can pull him away, but try. Actually, wouldn't be a bad fit.
You could.
It's just hard to recruit Nebraska, man.
Hell, I would ask the Minnesota Gopher to coach.
That's what I would do at this point.
I just, I'm sorry I'm slouched for the viewers, but like, this is the only way I can react to the game. I mean, listen, I'm here to call a fair game, and I will give props to Minnesota. They have played their butts off tonight, and for all the Minnesota viewers out there, we thank you. And you were right. They came out and they were the more physical team. You can look at it from many different angles, but at the end of the day, Nebraska got out physicaled, and Minnesota did exactly what they were trying to do. They got Drake Lindsay in good situations and play action.
They did what you're supposed to do with a redshirt freshman, which is not put him in tough, difficult situations. You ran the ball effectively, which was your game plan all night, and it allowed the times when Drake Lindsay did have to. And by the way, I was saying it earlier when the game started. Look at the pass attempts for Drake Lindsay. It's under 25.
Yeah, you're not going to win a game throwing it 40 times. That's for sure.
Well, hardly anybody is, but specifically not this team. But I told you beforehand that as long as they kept their pass attempts under 25, that probably meant they were running the ball effectively enough.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, look at the rushing yards. I mean, Darius Taylor has 147 yards rushing. That play when they gave up that 70-yard rushing play and then capitalized,
That was a demoralizer for that.
that was massive. Massive. Because you take that play away, he's only got 70 yards rushing.
And look at this graphic they're showing up here.
Well, it's not going to be.
I know I'm a rules analyst, but I have to say the Minnesota defense kicked Nebraska's defense ass.
Yeah.
They had 8 sacks.
I mean, Nebraska defense sucked, and Minnesota defense stepped up.
Yeah, they did.
Like big time.
Dylan Raiola, negative 24 yards rushing. And on top of that,
Tell me again how rushing stats for a quarterback don't matter. Please tell me. Please try.
Well, I mean, that's based on the sacks, but I do agree with you. Like if it was.
That doesn't matter. Don't say that at that moment. That doesn't matter at all.
It does. 8 sacks in a game?
Yeah, but
That's
to
terrible.
the point that I'm making, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying there. So nah.
It's just been a bad night for Nebraska. It's been a really, really bad night. And if you're Nebraska, you just want to get home. You just want to get home and start preparing tomorrow for next week.
Well, if you're in Nebraska right now, you don't want to go anywhere. you just
Remember
want to
what you
disappear.
said, Nate? Remember what you said earlier. When mom calls, you got to go home.
Yep.
He's got to go, and he's got to go now.
He's got to put it in his report.
But he's not going to leave mid-season.
Well, no, I don't think anybody thinks that. But I wonder if, I don't know. I think the way you lost this game tonight,
Demoralizing.
I don't know if Penn State really wants you anymore.
I think it just depends on how they bounce back next week. Because the true testament of a team is how do you bounce back after a loss? And they bounce.
Who's better than Matt Rhule then, Jake?
You mean like for Nebraska to go higher?
No,
Or for Penn State to go higher?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a tough question because you got to look at every option. You got to look at coordinators. You got to look at head coaches. You're not going to pull away Kirby. You're not going to pull away Dan Lanning, you're not going to pull away Kirk Cincinnati now because he's getting paid $11.6 million a year after his new contract yesterday.
I think Penn State would be better off getting somebody that hardly anybody's ever heard of.
They're not going to do that.
I think they'd be better off getting
They would be, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably not very likely, but I think that would be the best option for them is to bring in somebody that hasn't really had a shot yet. So
Will Stein.
Not a name that you would be throwing around.
Will Stein.
Will Stein was at the UTSA, right?
Offensive coordinator at Oregon.
Ass. Yeah, he was kicking ass.
He's due for a head coaching job soon. I think it'd be hilarious if Penn State hired Matt Rhule and then Nebraska hired James Franklin. Because that's very possible. Like, call me crazy. But in this world of college football, the fact that Bobby Petrino is head coaching at Arkansas tells me anything is possible. Right? Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not.
When they hired Bobby Petrino to be the interim head coach, I thought, oh my gosh, the world's ending.
And then Nebraska kicks Penn State's ass when they switch coaches.
But that's the funny thing. What if Nebraska goes on the road and does kick Penn State's ass? And later on in the season with Matt Rhule, then what?
No, what does that mean?
Well,
what do you think that would mean if they went and beat the crap out of Penn State this season?
Well, I mean, I don't know with everything.
I'll tell you exactly what it means. Absolutely nothing.
Then
it means zero.
I think the fans would feel a little bit better about going to get them. Bring in Bill Belichick. Why not?
I don't think this game has anything to do with their decision on whether they would go after Matt Rhule.
Yeah, I think if they really want him, they're going to go get him regardless. Because to a lot of people's points that I've heard, Penn State already knows who they want. They're not going to pay someone $50 million to get fired in the middle of the season if they don't know who they're getting. Whether that's Matt Rhule or not, they know who they're getting. Right? Do you think that's safe to say?
Just a few weeks before they paid the guy $50 million to go sit at home, they gave him everything he asked for.
Yeah.
The people at Penn State don't know what they're doing.
Well, Adidas is apparently a big part of that buyout, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, money means nothing on these buyouts.
True.
They don't know what
it's all about winning.
They don't know what they're doing over there. Like literally just a few weeks before the season started, they sat down with James Franklin and were like, he goes, hey, I need all of this. I need that. I need this. I need you guys to give me that. And not only did he get everything he asked for, he got more. And they still fired him midway through this season.
Yep.
So
that's why money means nothing.
It's not necessarily the money.
And there goes sack number 9.
It's the fact that you had to sit down and
that one's on Dylan.
This stuff and you got everything. Like, how often does a coach get to sit down with all the people, the powers that be, and he goes, "This is everything that I want," and you get everything you ask for? That doesn't happen very often.
No.
And it did for him, and they still fired him midway through the season. So I wouldn't rely on the powers that be over at Penn State to be entirely
They are storming
logical.
the field. They are storming the field in Minnesota.
Let's tune in live to them storming the field after beating a 5-1 Nebraska team. Uncle Buck, our rules expert and Shacker analyst. What are you seeing? Oh, Shackers.
I'm just looking for people that fall over the fence.
No one is remaining in their seats. They are all on the field.
To me, that's a bad look if you're Minnesota. Come on.
Yeah, act like you've been there before.
Well, even if you haven't, at least show the Gopher spinning his head. We still have not seen the Gopher. Where the hell is the Gopher? I mean, shit, did he get trapped in a beaver trap? Where is he? Where's the Gopher? I mean, good gosh.
Don't blame the Gopher. That's the coverage fault. Because he should be
crowd. The Gopher should be on top of the crowd right now.
The
PJ
Gophers
Fleck
been
jumps on
spinning.
top of his players to player surf in the locker room. Where's the gopher?
Nate. The Gophers been spinning his head all night. That's not his fault that the
There he
camera
is!
hasn't been on him.
There's the
Yeah,
gopher! Woo!
the Gopher.
Maybe Penn State should hire the Gopher.
Well, I've seen. No, I'm not going to say that. Dancing bear, dancing gopher. We got it all. He's getting laid tonight.
The Gophers getting laid.
Oh, I think that was going to happen regardless of the outcome of this game.
But why? Why is the gopher not on top of the crowd surfing? Look at that guy. That guy's like 50. What is that guy doing? He's got tattoos on his head. He's not even a student.
What a genius.
And here comes Rooster's cocky picks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the one and only. Let me bring him in. Stand by. Let me load this in here real quick as we get Rooster's cocky picks in one last time before we call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Rooster's cocky picks.
What up?
How do you feel about that?
What happened?
They stormed the field. The
I can't see
Gophers.
the game right now. I'm waiting to pick up somebody.
Oh, you're good. The Gophers stormed the field, and the Gophers in the middle of the crowd right now.
I mean, storming the field against Nebraska is kind of ridiculous in my
Yeah, that's
opinion.
kind of lame.
It is.
Uh-oh. We got it. Wait, Nate, we got a mosh pit. Watch. We got a mosh pit going on.
Oh,
Watch.
God.
Rules
Here we go.
expert Uncle Buck is tuning in live, updating us on. Oh my gosh!
Yo, there are white people in the middle of the mosh pit. This is not a good idea.
I mean, that's not nuts. That's the whole. You know what?
Wow.
Why is the Gopher not in the middle? That's what I want to know.
Why isn't he spinning his head?
Finding the Gopher in that crowd's like finding Waldo.
You see the mosh pit? They went crazy.
Yeah. I think it's so funny, Rooster. You can't see it, but on the big screen it said at the conclusion of this game, please remain in your seats. And the whole crowd was already on the field. And now everyone's taking
Again.
pictures with Drake Lindsay, and he just wants to get to the locker room and celebrate with his friends. With teammates, excuse me. There's the Gopher.
And I just want to see.
And he's spinning
I
his
just want to see a
head.
The
Gopher
Gopher's
spin
spinning his head. The Gopher's getting down and dirty.
Oh, my goodness.
And PJ Fleck just pulled a Jake the Weatherman there. Jake, why don't you
He
give...
just went, woo!
I saw Arch Manning do that last week against Oklahoma with the cannon shooting off. And he goes, woo!
Genius.
Well, gentlemen, I think that about does it for tonight. We appreciate everyone joining the live tonight. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston, alongside Jake the Weatherman, rules expert, Uncle Buck, and Rooster's cocky picks, betting experts. We'll see you next week for another Break the Huddle After Dark episode where the Cal Golden Bears take on the Virginia Tech Hokies in a Friday night showdown in Blacksburg, Virginia, where me and Uncle Buck will be breaking it down for you live here from Break the Huddle Studio. We'll see you next Friday. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's time to break the huddle.